Well, then we will.
Look at that look.
Bless you.
Started on giggling Alex. All right, this is how we're gonna start today.
Yes.
All right.
Because
Well-
I'm looking at Colin. You can't turn it off.
I can't.
No. Hold on, I'm almost done.
One more loop.
Almost done. He's almost beat the whole
One
game.
more
Just
loop.
another 12 hours.
There's never a whole game. It's never done.
I know.
There's
know.
always
That's
more
the-
loops.
There's always more loops.
Alan.
All right.
All right.
We're done.
I have
So
to
we
put
find
this one
ourselves-
piece down.
All right. I'll compose myself.
We find ourselves on the edge of the snow bluff overlooking Termalaines down on the lake Mare de Walden. You guys had finished up and left the Revel's End the day before, or in the morning, and kind of headed out towards the south, towards Termalaines. And along the way, you guys found a couple of moving piles of snow that, as you got closer, appeared to be snow golems. You guys dispatched the snow golems and finally made your way into the town of Termalaines, which is where we will pick up tonight. You guys are kind of at the top of this hill, kind of looking down into town. You guys wanna-
Disembodied Nicola. What time of day is it?
You just got here.
Just in time.
Nicola says, based on when we left and the amount of travel we've done, it's approximately 6 p.m. or so.
Thank you.
Still pitch black.
Well, my friends, should we go see if there's some dinner to be had in the town? Maybe
I would be more than happy just to have a roof over our head tonight.
something warm.
Yeah.
Did we have-
Something warm.
Do we have contacts in this? Is this just the city we intended to stop by on our way to somewhere else? I mean, we're all up here for our own reasons, and it all seems very mysterious so far. But do we have anything directed, anything focused? Are we going?
I have I've got somebody in Bryn Deer, but it's not even something like I have to go see her. It's just a contact.
I previously lived in East Haven, so I've got contacts.
Should we head that
Yeah.
way then?
We have somebody in Lonelywood. That's
Well,
for the
we gotta send
scrimshaw.
somebody. Yeah, we gotta do the scrimshaw, and we should send.
then-
What's his name over there?
Rinchandier is the two big ones.
Well, then why don't we head to Lonelywood for tonight at least and just get a roof over our heads?
Wait, what? No, Lonelywood is a.
Well, I think we're at Termalaines.
Lonelywood
so
is
spend the night
is
there.
above
Right.
us. Yeah.
Okay.
Is Lonelywood its own city? It is a city, right?
Lonelywood is
Small.
its own little town. It's a
Okay.
it's probably
Doesn't
Monty.
look like it's far
Township.
from here.
Monty would know that Lonelywood is a small little town. From Termalaines on foot is about an hour's walk or so.
Oh, okay. So we could. That's like a day trip. We could go up there, set up a scrimshaw thing, and
Yeah. So
leave.
let's hit the Tremolines for at least tonight.
Yeah.
good with that.
I still got a couple of holes in, or I guess bruises from the fight. So taking a nap would be good.
All right, let's go get some dinner and a nap.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, heading into town, you see a town that looks like this. In the dark, it's hard to make out kind of what the different buildings are and whatnot.
Well, I've got my lights still hovering.
Oh yeah. Oh, you keep casting your what you doers?
Yeah, but your light only goes 30 feet,
Dimly, and that's dim light. Yeah.
so.
It looks like me
Wait.
zoomed in.
Wait, should we tell them about our dark vision?
We all have dark vision.
We all have dark.
99%.
I
of
gotta
us
put
have
on my
dark vision.
Googles first.
Is it magical darkness?
It's
Doesn't
He
always,
looks like
matter.
freaking Donatello with the
if you
like
fucking keep
spectacles.
bringing it up, it's always magical darkness.
Well, no,
I know it is.
Honestly,
I
I
know.
think this is actually the scale because, like, look, this is a city.
Yeah.
No, it's
So
the
this is
scale.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, do I turn off dynamic lighting for the town maps like this?
It's like we're playing the Ouija
Can you
Mansion.
leave it where it keeps explored space? Like once we
Fog of
walk
War.
through it, it stays explored. 'Cause then you could leave dynamic lighting on.
Yeah, try moving now.
Yep, that works.
Yeah, that works. Leave it like that.
Okay.
Oh, that's neat. I like that.
All right, so
Quick,
we came
hold
in
on. Let
from
me
over
scratch
here.
off the whole city.
So you guys came
Yeah,
in
right.
on the east side of town, kind
Oh,
of
there's
coming
a
down the
path.
hill
Okay,
over
got
here. There's a little bit of a path that you guys are on. And kind of as you come into town, as you guys get in a little bit further, like the buildings start to get like as you go this way, the buildings start to kind of become a little bit more open and whatnot. You see the roads to the south kind of look like they would head towards the middle of town. If that's where
Okay.
you're trying to head.
Do we see any people on the?
It's kind of early evening. There's not a lot of people out here.
Okay, so
Um,
here's a weird thing, real quick.
Yeah.
Alice, Davpos, and Tehran are not on my particular vision map.
Nope. That's why I keep pinging, is letting you know where we're at right now.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean
you
like I
can't-
can see Davpos and Monty, but I can't see those three specifically. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're not on like the same layer as me.
Whatever.
They
This is
are.
weird.
Just leave it. It's fine.
Are they just too
Yeah,
far
you're
from you?
right.
Or?
No, I
No,
mean
no,
like when I can see the other people, those three specifically I can't see. Unless I'm
Rob
like on
is
top
hidden
of
by
them.
fog of war to me for some reason.
There we go.
Well, that's the same with
He's
everybody
on the
for
blue
me,
team.
So,
So
Well,
that's
no,
why
I
this
can
is
see
close.
the purple one. I can see Monty. I can see.
Not Davpos either, though.
yeah,
So I
cannot
don't know
see
if we're
you,
on the
Tehran,
same like layer or something.
You
Yeah.
are.
Weird.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway,
He's hand waved us 3 times, so
Yep.
it
Yep,
must
we're
be a
good.
reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
all right.
Uh,
Are there any locals out?
There are, going back to your question that I was answering before, there are not many locals out. Being the time of day that it is, and just in general, like it's cold, and we're gonna just turn on daylight mode.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Is there like a
Oh.
signpost I can bap to get a little swingy?
real quick, can you see
No, everything.
Tehran and whatnot
You
now?
can see everybody.
Yes.
No, the whole map
Okay.
is open.
Okay, we'll go with that for the towns.
That's cool though. That's a neat feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can
So-
talk
Like
about it
playing
later,
hide and
but
seek.
Ertog, do
weird.
you know of any reputable inns that might be a good bet for us this evening?
Yeah, we probably. Well, we got Hartog, and we got He might know more recent. I would have known a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Hertog, he mentions that if we're looking for food, the best place for food in the area in town is the Blue Clam, which is he kind of gestures out towards like the dockside area and whatnot. And he said if we're just looking for a place to sleep, there is the East Side Inn on the east side that you guys kind of just a little bit south of where you guys were before, has the more comfortable beds and cozy guest accommodations.
the food's not as good, or
She doesn't really offer food.
okay,
It's more of a place to lay your head.
got it. Okay, so let's go to the Blue Rocky Mountain Oysters first.
The
Mm,
Blue Oyster Bar.
Oh,
No place
yes.
can be
Yeah, I
people.
get it.
I get it.
So let's wander our way.
Yeah,
through
but that's gonna be
town.
stuck in my head the rest of the night now.
All right, as you guys come up to, this is not a good.
Are there guards and stuff that we're passing? Like, did we pass guards? Is there a noticeable barrier around the city? Does anybody look extra on alert, or is it just dark and dreary?
And you passed a couple people, kind of keeping watch out through their windows or whatnot, but it's dark outside. Most people are bundled up, just trying to make it through the night, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's there's not like and kind of the descriptions you've gotten from the people that have kind of told you guys a little bit about what's going on up here. I mean, like the towns themselves, like I don't want to say are desolate, but like they're not big bustling towns. They are people living on the edge of the world trying to survive.
Right, scrape together a living.
Like a western town where it has people in it and maybe a lot of buildings from when it was bustling, so it just feels empty.
Yes, it's a good description. So, as you come up to the Blue Clam, which is this building right here, outside the tavern, you see two bundled up humanoids talking to one another. When they see you, Daphos, come up, they say, one waves to you in a friendly manner and says, "You seem entirely too prepared for trouble. Are you here about the mine?"
Oh, the
We
mine.
can be.
Why, yes, tiny quest giver.
Well, potentially. What's wrong with the
This is-
mine?
This
Wait,
is
wait.
person.
Does he have an exclamation light or
Yeah, that
a
was mine.
marker, or are they
Yes.
standing in like a circle beam of light?
Oh, he ran right up to you right as he saw you.
He had more than one. He had more than a goodbye for a dialogue, though.
Is there Santa in the mine?
He says,
There's Santa in the mine.
"We don't get too many travelers in this area, and I can only my only guess is that you heard about the mine, and that's what you're in Termalaines for."
Well, 100% honesty, we're in Termalaines because we had to come to 10 towns from up north, and so you're the first city on the way. But
From up north.
I haven't made any plans to do anything yet. What's going on?
Well, let's come inside. Come inside. I'll tell you what's going on. And he kind of opens up the door, and inside you see a nice, warm, kind of large dining room area. A number of tables are filled with people chit-chatting, and kind of he gestures to a large table with a couple of benches around it, and he sits down, and the person he was talking to kind of goes up to the bar and sits down at the bar. And as he kind of takes off his hat and scarf and whatnot, he reveals himself to be a half orc. And you kind of see the small little tusks kind of coming out, and he says, "Well, my name's Oris Masu. Well, I'm the town speaker here for Termalaines, and I try and keep an eye out for newcomers in the area, and I try to keep an eye out for my city." So he said, You didn't come here for the mine, and what was the reason you came here for?"
We're just passing
just-
through.
Yeah, we all have different reasons why we're up here, but we've all discovered that we all need to be up here for a reason.
Right.
So we are traveling together because of that.
That's
We didn't come here because we read a wanted or a poster. You needed work. I mean, that doesn't mean we can't help you fix a problem.
Exactly. It's just we're here because you're on the way. If you've got a problem, how can we help?
I said, "Well, how familiar are you with Termalaines and what we do here?"
I look at the group. Anybody?
Literally
Well,
none.
No,
a
do
few
you-
years ago, I lived in East Haven. Or was it?
Isn't this named after a rock, or is there a rock named at Termalaines?
There is a
Something
Termalaine.
like that?
Yeah.
He says, "All right, so if you're from East Haven," he kind of gives you a little bit of a dirty look. He
I
says,
did some research in East Haven, right? I'm not
He says-
from East Haven.
he said, "Well, you must be familiar with the gemstones that we produce here out at Termalaines. Our mine is well known for its beautiful opals and rubies that come out of here. But a few days ago, our miners were chased out of the mine, and well, I'm offering 50 gold to anyone who can help me clear it out."
I mean, do we know what it is?
See,
Yeah,
that's
we'll need to know a little bit more detail. 50 gold's a little. Is that 50 gold each, or do we get some? You know, we want to help. You know, we want to help and build up credit in the area, do some good deeds. So, can you tell us a little bit more about what's going on?
Oh, it's 50 gold total. We have a, in good times we have a bustling trade up here. I mean, as you can see, these are not great times, and the windswept plains tend to keep most traders out of here, and most gold up here is it doesn't very much leave the town. It's kind of very insular.
We understand you guys might be on hard times. I don't want to speak for the rest of the group. I mean, we can definitely talk about it, but I know we're looking to build up goodwill in the area, and maybe we can trade in information of the latest ongoings and and what's going on and other troubles that might be happening in the area.
Yeah, favor is worth more than gold to us sometimes.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, I mean, I'm more than willing to slide the gold on this one. It's not about that, but I would just like to know what's going on. Like, do we have an idea what the creature is? Is it a dragon? Is it, a golem? What is it?
Well, the miners aren't entirely sure, but the kind of the different things that they claim seem to kind of consolidate around kobolds, kind of chase them out of the mine. And
okay.
It's like smoky.
That's a hard one.
Is it a big mine? Is it far away? Is it old? Is it new? Is it rickety? Is it well kept? Like, if we're walking into a shitty old mine full of bad guys, maybe this isn't worth our favor, but I guess a little more information about where we're going would be helpful and whether or not we're interested.
He says the mine is about 30 minutes a walk from the Blue Clam here, and he kind of hesitates a little bit. He says it goes through its phases, as most mines do. The mine has been kept up as best as we can with the supplies that we have. It's probably there's unexplored areas that we just don't have the people or the resources to get to. But there are, and he kind of thinks about it, probably 13 or so different main areas to the mine.
And you said kobolds and anything are they, I guess we would know kobolds are clan, but would we know, I'm assuming we would probably know if kobolds roll with anything else. Like, yeah, kobolds like
That's
to roll
what I'm
with
more worried about.
drakes or something, but we might not. Well, he might not know that, but we might know that. So
Yeah.
Can I know that?
There's a check for that.
That's why I'm asking. Like, can I roll an Arcana check to see if I remember anything about kobolds?
Survival or something.
History, maybe.
Yeah, roll me a history check.
You wanna assist me on that?
Yeah, I'll assist you on it.
I'll give you guidance.
Ooh, there we go.
You get a D4.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. I'm still gonna roll my D4.
Do it. Okay. Yeah, with a 25. You know that kobolds are not exactly the bravest of creatures. And it's kind of odd that they would do something like this on their own. And so when you question, if you question Oris about this, he says the reports that came out of the mine from the miners was just kobolds that had kind of come in and attempted to kick out the rest of the miners.
There's a very specific thing I'm hoping he remembers about kobolds and their what they do when they move into new homes.
This may be a thing that
they trap shit up the wazoo.
Okay.
Like traps everywhere. It's a thing with them.
Okay.
Good time for a red light. Thanks for telling the teacher we had homework.
Traps, you say? That sounds like a good idea.
Oh, you walk down this hallway, make 5 fucking checks.
Punch
Oh, you only made 5? Well, there were 10 traps, so.
Am I back?
You're back.
If you're asking about
when did you lose me?
As you put your arms out to talk about there are lots of traditionally kobolds have lots of traps.
That's why they're cowardly. They run away and there's traps everywhere. So
Yeah.
I'm just curious if you picked that up or not.
He made note of that. Don't worry.
I mean, if you're asking Oris that, I mean, he's like.
No, I'm asking if Monty had any concept of that as a history thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. With a 25, I mean, you would know that like kobolds are generally like they traditionally put traps into places, but as part of their cowardness.
Okay.
When was the last boom time for this mine?
He said it's been about just before the Rime came down from Ariel. Was probably one of the last times we had a big boom. We've been trying to get the mine going again in an effort to try and prepare in hopes that this Rime will end at some point soon.
It sounds like opportunity driven by need. They saw a hole. They need a place to stay because it's cold all the time. So I think maybe we just need to clear it out.
I'm perfectly fine doing the right thing on this one and just doing it.
Or there's something in the mine that they want.
I'm perfectly fine asking for a favor worth much more than 50 gold.
Yep.
In return for this.
I'm cool with that.
A favor with another town because we are traveling.
Well, this is the head honcho of the town, right? Maybe some discounts in the area or something like that.
Is this the head honcho of the town?
He's
or is
this town speaker, isn't he? Which is like the mayor, basically.
He said, yeah, I am indeed the speaker of their town.
I have an idea of how we can work this. So
what's his name?
Oris. Oarus. For anyone
I spelled that way wrong. Oarus.
Yep.
Massive or missive? What's the last name?
I'll type it out, but it is Masu.
Masu.
Masthew.
Oof. Wow, there you go.
Mastu. Okay, sure. I was way off.
So at the very least, just
almost
forward for good favor the next town we're going to, or help getting there. Sled dogs, if you have them, anything like that for
letter of introduction, things like that.
Yeah, that type of thing. So
yeah, that's my idea.
It would seem that most of us are interested. I don't think anybody objects. So
he says,
yeah,
we can definitely arrange something as for a good deed for a good deed.
Well, I think I'm going to get some dinner, a good night's rest, and then if you don't mind either showing us the way or pointing us the way, we'll check it out in the morning, first thing.
As you say that, I mean, like a whole platter of food is coming your way. It is a bunch of large red-headed fish, kind of half filleted out, kind of with their like kind of skin kind of splayed open, and inside you see a number of herbs and kind of a butter-looking mixture. on the inside.
Butter and herbs.
Yeah.
Dang.
This.
They said they were on hard times.
No
This-
kidding.
maybe
Yeah,
the-
another
maybe
name for
they're
Termalaine
locally
is
grown.
Wisconsin.
I
Uh-huh.
point.
Right.
I point at the eye.
It's Friday, isn't
Teron,
it?
you gonna eat that?
I thought about it, but if you want it, it's all yours,
Mm.
buddy.
It's been a while since I've had fish.
Salty.
Since I got
I
mugged
will
by that
hide
water
them.
elemental.
Oh yeah.
It must be a
Slamming all
Friday.
kinds of sea creatures into you.
Tentacles.
A lot of tentacles.
This isn't Japan.
Save that for the fan art.
So you guys
That's for the
enjoy a delicious meal of knucklehead trout. And
Oh,
kinda,
how is it? Is it delicious?
It's so-
Is it really delicious?
Mm-hmm.
It's so delicious that you guys wake up the next morning hungover as shit. No, so you guys finish your meal, and I kind of said, "Are you guys staying at the east side tonight?"
That was the idea, but we hadn't made any plans yet.
And
We also
he
have not made reservations, so
he
Just showed
said,
us in.
"Well, let me escort you over to the east side and introduce you to Marta, and kind of put in a good word for you as
Marta?
Marta
Okay.
Marta Pestrick.
Popular name up here.
It apparently is.
And
Are you sleeping? Is that what we're doing?
no,
Okay.
I rolled my short rest for dinner because I still had damage from before.
Oh, it's the next day, so we got a long rest.
Well, we hadn't finished the previous day, so
I thought that's what he said.
he was
Uh,
walking us over there.
Yeah, we're getting there now.
Oh,
So you guys head over to the east side, and from what you see from the outside, you see separate houses that turn into a single structure. As you enter in, he kind of escorts you guys down a set of stairs, and kind of there's like a greeting desk there, and behind it you see a small or like a petite looking woman, and you hear Horace go, "Marta, it's so good to see you. These fine folks have volunteered to help with our mine issue, and I'm hoping that you have a few rooms left for them tonight." And she kind of, this like little willowy teenager, kind of pipes up and she says, "Horace, we do have a fair number of rooms. We don't have many travelers coming through this time, and she's like, and she kind of like does a finger count. 8 of you, is that right? And her Tog goes, "I'll cover my own room. Don't worry." And
All right.
We weren't.
and she says, "All right, well, if there's she kind of gestures to in the waiting room, or kind of the entrance you guys have kind of walked down into. It's much bigger underground than what you would have expected to see based on the size of the buildings up the top. And she says, just through here is the kind of the sitting area. There's generally a fighter going here to keep myself and other patrons warm. And she kind of gestures the other way, and down this hallway, if you follow me, are the rooms for you guys tonight.
And this, what you said, Marta was the owner, was mentioned, right?
Marta, Horace did mention that Marta was the owner, yes.
And what was the name of the place again? I'm spacing.
The east
Side?
side.
East side. Not confused with the west side.
There we go.
Bit of a little mole town here, I guess.
She's and did you mention her race? I'm assuming, or no?
She is a human.
Why is that so important to you, Rob?
Because it's
Racist.
underground, and I assumed she'd be a dwarf, because I am racist that way.
Because I am racist.
And you mentioned she's fairly young, you said?
Yeah, she's. If you make me an investigation check
You're horrible with those.
with a red
Right.
light.
Oh.
He's so
Don't forget,
stern.
he can't roll lower
Wah, wah,
than something.
wah.
17.
Can't roll lower than like 14.
14,
It's
14.
like 92 or something. I don't know. He can't roll lower than like a 22.
Look how stern he is.
Someone say 27.
There he is.
Hey.
Found it.
So deflated when you came back.
Found it.
So with a 17 investigation, kind of looking her up and down and whatnot, you figure she's probably 17 or 18 years old or so.
That's, I mean, I'm an elf, but that's uncharacteristically young for a owner of a, looks like established building structure, yeah?
You're asking her if she's too
No,
young to
I'm
own a
gonna-
building?
No, I'm gonna talk to the
child. Where are
the
the
group
adults?
later.
I need to speak to an
Stop
adult.
condescending to her.
I will not. I've already been racist.
I refuse.
You racist. You're ageist.
I've
You're...
already been speciesist. I don't why not be ageist too.
A woman running a business?
Underground?
That was to be
What?
understood.
Back to your stew.
There's your husband, ma'am.
Where's your husband?
My God.
All right, this shit's getting too real. Let's play the fantasy game now.
Let's move it along.
I'm trying to escape reality, not live it in my game.
Yeah, I don't need a reality sleep in
I assumed there was going to be a backstory, like, oh, someone who used to own this building died and she inherited it. So I was going to pursue that, but apparently that's not interesting.
It is, but let's get to the mine today, please.
It's a minor problem. Don't worry about it.
Hey.
Oh.
Plus she's 17.
Nope. Nope. We're not doing that.
No,
Wait, aren't you guys going to fix the minor problem?
that's the plan.
Yeah.
So many minor problems in this
Yeah,
Minor
town.
problems
not even
require
I'm not
minor
even gonna touch these
solutions.
things.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Literally, she's a minor. I'm
Okay.
not.
Keep moving.
All right.
1, 2, 3, we're done. Let's
And
go.
we're going.
All right. So she shows you guys to the rooms that you guys had requested. Did you guys request 4 or 8 or 7, 8?
4 is usually pretty good.
Yeah, we've been pairing up usually,
Yeah,
right?
pairing off fine.
That's what I figured. All right. So she shows you guys to the 4 different rooms, and she's like, if there's anything else you need, I'll be at the front desk area. Perhaps I'll retire to the fireside and not a little bit later in the evening. If there's anything you need, you can find me there. And with that, she kind of turns and heads back to the front desk where you guys had met her.
Thank you, Marta.
Thank you, Marta. Thank you,
Very
Boris. We
much.
appreciate all your assistance.
Yeah, thanks, Oris.
All right, she kinda,
Pledged.
Aura says, there's anything else you need tonight? Talk to Marta. If not, I'll come by. I'd say first light, but I'm assuming in your time here, you've realized that light is at a premium here, and
Yeah.
I'll be by around 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning or so, just to cook breakfast.
Sounds perfect.
Perfect.
So with that, Oris heads out as well, leaving you guys to your own desires.
I'll go hang up my outerwear and
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm
everything.
going to get out of this cold weather gear.
Yeah, and
Dry it off.
I want to go back and make myself comfortable and
Got fat
toasty by the
pants.
fire.
Comfy pants.
I got my sweatpants on. I don't right now.
Gotta
Fine.
invent those first.
My barbarian sweatpants.
Did the rooms have like fireplaces or something in them, or is there a heat source?
There are like small wood stoves in the room.
Okay.
They're well insulated, but provide a so they don't use a lot of wood, but they provide a fair amount of heat coming through.
And we are underground, correct? You said, or
are
was it
underground,
just the
yes.
entryway? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like the
Warmer
Mole
under
City
here.
feel. I really do.
Well, it's easy
Yeah.
to insulate a place underground, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you dig down far enough, it's already insulated.
True.
That's why I'm sitting in my basement right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's super warm in my basement right now.
Mhm.
All right.
Anybody want to come sit in the room with me? What do they call
main-
it? The sitting room?
Sitting room.
Yeah, I'll head down that way.
I'll come in and
Yeah,
play
we
some
might as
music
well. I
or
mean, it's only
juggle
like probably what,
something.
7 or 8 o'clock right now.
Yeah, but
This point is probably 8, 9 o'clock or so.
Oh, okay.
I'll come down with
After
my
you guys have
journal, my
dinner and-
saucy romance novel, throw it at Princess, and let her have it for a little bit.
Smut.
Actually, I
Oh, he's
probably
disgusted.
I probably would sullenly turn it away because anything romantic makes me feel sad.
All right. Anybody else want a saucy romance novel for the night?
There's a pause for a second because what language is it in?
Wait a minute.
One of the good languages to read saucy romance novels in.
Right. It's in Elvish.
Yeah,
Makes
I
it
was
sound,
about to say it's
sound
either
better.
common or Elvish. I assume.
I know, I'm
common.
just teasing.
It's an
quite
astral.
common. I'll have a peek at it.
There you go. You can have the saucy romance novel. It's in your inventory novel.
Oh God! All right.
I will take out my Luskin ledger and just read through it and see if I missed anything. Just kind of that'll be what I do.
If you're reading through your Luskin ledger, make me a investigation check.
That's intimidation. I can't intimidate the book.
Well, you can try.
Says you. You
Bitch,
are near a
look at me, Ron.
fireplace.
You apparently don't know very many interesting books.
And then I will also try to remember things. With a D6. 17.
Quick, Keelan. What's the name of the saucy romance novel?
Elven Memory.
Ah.
Turan with a 17.
I didn't need you. I didn't
Yeah.
need you to have anything. That's what I was doing.
No, I mean, like, as you're going through and kind of looking through your book, there's, I mean, like, you're trying to see if you can find any other reference to Gallagher, and like what may or may not be, like trying to figure out like what happened to him. If you're trying to figure out what happened to him after his time at the Winter Palace and whatnot, and yeah, I mean, you're flipping through the pages and trying to stick around the time of which like he was the high priest of the Winter Palace and whatnot, and there's a lot of pages here, and tonight it's not fun to hear you're finding anything else that may help figure out any extra clues to what happened to him.
Okay. Yep.
So, all right, and the rest of you guys are just kind of sitting around, and kind of as you guys are making yourself comfortable, and Marta kind of comes into the room and kind of sits down by the fire and just kind of sits back and relaxes and starts humming a little bit of a tune.
Oh yeah, are you playing anything, Monty?
I am, yeah. Oh, I mean, they're playing or juggling. I'll probably be playing. That's more relaxing for everybody.
And as you're kind of playing, and she starts kind of humming along to your tune and whatnot, and it's almost as if like she's coming up with like words and whatnot for the song, to like whatever tune you're playing and whatnot, and you hear her sing something along the lines of like, "Ahead of winters when she came, the lovely woman with no name, draped in fur-lined cloak of red, to the icy lake she fled. The wind pursued her all the same, as sure as night she's dead." She kind of just like picks up this melody from whatever tune you're playing and whatnot, and she kind of repeats it a couple of times, and she sits back and just kind of looks at the fire, just like relaxing and just thinking about whatever chores she may have to do the next day, and how it's good that today is done and tomorrow is a new day.
Marta,
Can I
what was
ask
that
where
song you're
those-
singing?
Right. She says the song, and she almost pauses for a second, and it was almost like she didn't even realize that she was singing it like that. She goes, it's a song. It's that my grandmother sang to me as a young child. The story that she told with it is that 50 years ago, a mysterious woman in a fur-lined red cloak stopped at the east side on her way to the lonely wood. She was alone and frightened. The innkeepers, my grandparents, tried to console her. As a payment for her room for the night, she gave them this, and she kind of holds out her ring. This ring as payment, and for their hospitality. Not long after, a howling wind burst into the inn and tossed the woman like a rag doll. My grandparents intervened, giving time for her to escape. But the evil wind battered my grandparents unconscious before resuming its haunt. And that was the last time my grandparents, the next day, attempted to find the red woman, but they had no such luck. All traces and tracks of her were mysteriously gone the following morning.
Hey, Monty, is that ring more than 100 years old?
I don't know. I will consult my inner wisdom on that.
Yeah,
Does
that's
that
a-
ring? It's
That's
pretty old, isn't it?
striking story you told. I'm sure you value that ring highly, but would you mind if any of us looked at it?
And she goes, this ring is a...
Do I see it? Can I see it at all? Is it on her hand?
It is not on her hand, but worn around a chain around her neck.
It's an incredible story. I mean, it just. Have you ever had anyone look at it?
I haven't. As the ring was a testament to my grandparents' perseverance and their trials to help out any weary traveler that may come through Termalaines. I haven't had anyone look at it.
Just in this group here, we have a ring that would keep someone from being battered by water. So I'm interested to see what a ring that keeps someone from being battered by wind would be like.
Does it? So that ring that I received from my contact, my research is does it look at all like any similarities to that replica that I received?
It does not look like anything similar to the
I think
the
so.
replica of the Ring of Winter that you
Yeah.
had received. As you're looking at it, like the ring looks like relatively, as you look at the side of it, it looks relatively nondescript. But the top of it looks like two almost white-looking fox-type creatures kind of intertwined in each other. And she holds it up and she says, if you're interested in this ring, and telling me more about this ring, I'd be open to hearing what you have to say. But
Not by any means trying to buy it from you, take it from you, or fleece you of it. Just curious.
Yeah,
It's
that's it.
an interesting story, and I
Mm-hmm.
not the information, but the story behind it sparks an interest, and I suppose that's the selfish part of it. I want to know more.
She kind of like pulls back and kind of undoes the chain behind her and cautiously hands it to you, I guess, Turan, because you're the one who's asking about it.
I'll hold out my gloved hand and I'll take it. And I'll look around. Do I know if anybody has identify? I know Monty does, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's just Monty, I think, that has it.
Sure. And I'll if she's sitting next to, what is she sitting by? Like another set of chairs or a table or anything?
She's kind of sitting by like a big overstuffed chair by the fire.
I'll pull over a chair and like a side table, and I'll kind of wave over Monty, and I'll set it on the table. I won't try to go far from her with it. I'll keep it within arm's reach of her, and just set it down.
I'll look at her and be like, can I take a look?
She says, yes. Just be careful with it.
Of course, yeah. I have a way with antiquities, so I'll take a look at it, identify it, and also historical knowledge too on it if there's anything.
Okay.
So identify is it's just a spell. I cast it and then I'll roll for history on it.
Okay.
Since he's going to take 10 minutes on this,
Oh, sorry. Smushed
I'll
her
look
in there.
over at Teron. How long roughly has the winter been going on again?
This one?
Yeah.
It's only like between 2 and 5 years, isn't it, Keelan?
Well, 2 to 3 years or so.
2 to 3, yeah.
So this wasn't the cause. Well, presumably this wasn't the cause of it.
No, and that's why I'm just curious. Like, icy wind when this isn't going on is unusual as it is.
There was one previously, though, wasn't there? Was that?
Yeah, but that was like 100 years ago, wasn't it?
We look at Tehran.
Ariel is one of the most volatile gods that has to do with nature. She has moods, and when she has a mood, she acts upon it, and she does what she does. She shuts out the sun and drops snow on everything until she feels better. And sometimes it takes 10 years, sometimes it takes 5 years. It's not new, but this one seems worse and different. So,
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of that this winter thing wasn't going on during that time period. That's why I'm curious about it.
Just
20 years ago, or however long
it was
ago.
like 50.
Yeah.
It's still there's still winter up here in Icewind Dale. Martha responds. Even when there's not everlasting winter, we still go through seasons up here, and our summer season, as beautiful as it is, it is the winter when it's here. She's one to be reckoned with.
Oh, so we're in Canada. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The highest I've been is the spine. So it's a little different farther north, how little light there is and how much more cold there is. So
Okay, I guess then it's not that unusual then.
no, I don't think so.
After about 10 minutes or so of talking about essentially Canada,
Fantasy Canada.
Fantasy Canada.
Monty, you come to recognize that the ring that she holds around her neck is a ring of warmth.
That's useful.
Also hers, but very neat.
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
so
like for us. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that at all. Trust me. I'm just saying like that's useful. Give it back.
Yeah, right. Should let her know what that is.
Yeah.
with the 14 history, did I pick up anything else about it?
With a 14 history, like not anything more than what she kind of told you about it.
All right, I guess I'll look at Tehran and I'll let her know it's a very precious ring. It's a very wonderful ring. How old do I think it is?
The ring itself, you think, is probably some 150 or so years old or so.
I'll look at
Handy
I'll look
ring.
at Tehran. I'll kind of like step back and like look at share what I when I know. I won't say like it's a ring of warmth in front of anybody, but I'll let her know it's like a special ring and it's really cool and she's awesome. And I'll tell you later, but
I'll hand it back to her and thank you for letting us look at this. It's not some powerful ward against some demonic wind of any kind, but it did protect that woman, so I believe it'd be safe for you to wear it to also be protected by it. So if you keep it around your neck out of fear, you don't need to.
She picks it up and she kind of examines it and she goes, "Well, thank you for the information. It's good to know that it is safe to wear on a finger, should I so choose."
Anyways, I think I'm done for the night.
So it sounds about right.
To the rooms.
To the rooms.
To the rooms.
to the rooms.
Good night,
said-
Martha.
Hey!
She says,
Thanks
"Good
for
night.
chatting with us.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet new travelers as they come through Termalaines." All right. With that, you guys head back to your rooms, and kind of the fires are still kind of going in your little like wood stoves and whatnot, and kind of you guys rest takes you. You guys wake up the next morning. There's a slight knock, a wake up call you guys kind of requested based on what Oris had said the previous day, and you guys wake up to that.
Okay.
I hate early mornings.
It's good to sleep in a bed though.
Yeah.
So I think we only spent one night not in a bed, but
Yeah.
hey, good to be in a bed.
I meditated next to the furnace.
Yeah.
It's interesting to not be woken up by something. I mean, it's just kind of dark. So we're just waking up on our own as best we can.
It's the second week of deer camp and all together.
So I don't know. We should.
Go downstairs. Is there anybody else staying with us here? Probably not.
Other than
Have you seen anyone else?
is our tracker gonna hang around? Because we were gonna kind of direct him to that scrimshaw
The scrimshaw
thing.
deal.
So like
Yeah.
Knucklehead is where the bone for the scrimshaw comes from.
Oh,
the
yeah.
trout
Let me,
it is, but the town
Good
that
scrimshaw
does it
was
all is
Lonelywood.
in Lonelywood, which is an hour away from here.
Well, let me finish doing what I have to do with them, and I'll give them the other 500 gold I still owe them.
Well, are we through with him? He's not meant to travel with us more than just to Termalaines.
I thought he was just
Termalaines?
supposed to get us here.
Yeah, he was just supposed to get us here.
Well, I thought we were paying him to just accompany us to make sure we don't get lost in the snow. Can't help it.
Yeah,
No.
but I paid
Well,
him
yes.
for the
Let's
travel.
reflect back on the contract we made with him and
Nicola?
see what
Nicola,
it was.
what was the contract we had with him?
I'm telling you.
Less than a month ago.
As you
Just
guys
making
think
sure.
back to what you guys had discussed with Hertog as a contract, essentially, was that his contract was to get you guys from Revel's End to Termalaines.
All right. Peace
Yeah,
out,
and
buddy.
he did his job, so I'm giving him his money.
Okay, how much did we pay him just to get here? We paid him to ride a boat and then take us 3 days through the snow, 2 days through the snow to one town. We got fleeced.
That is what you did.
Everybody
I don't
needs
care
to
if we
make
got
an
fleeced,
income.
but you're not paying for it.
That's true. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that, yeah, I thought he was doing more. Okay.
I think the worry was that most of us weren't used to traveling in these conditions.
Yeah.
We learned a lot over 2 nights.
I did. I was asking him questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his goal was what you guys had asked him to do was get you guys along a not very well-traveled or defined pathway from Ruffles End to Termalaines.
Okay.
So you from what you were told, that had you guys tried to go it alone, it would have taken you likely many more days and likely getting lost in the snow.
Okay.
Thanks for your help, Dog.
Yeah, I thought that dude was gonna stick around for a while and go from like town to town with us. Sorry.
Oh God, no! I want to get rid of him.
Okay.
Another racist.
No, it's more along the lines of less Keelan has to talk to himself.
That's fair.
He knew what he signed up for.
That's fair. Hertog says, I appreciate the payment. I wish you guys the best of luck in the coming weeks, or however long it takes you to end whatever is going on around us.
Didn't we want to negotiate something with him to help us get the Scrimshaw back
I
to?
think Dabpos is doing that, isn't he?
Or
I have
right
no
now?
idea what Scrimshaw even is.
Oh, my bad.
Whalebone.
I know that personally,
to?
100%. Alex
Yeah.
Fisher knows what that is.
Okay.
Davos has no idea.
Well,
And-
let's make sure we talk to him about that then.
Yeah. Our dog, hopefully for the survivors of whatever happens in this minor event over here,
Not back to
we
that.
can talk to you about maybe another deal. Are you going to skip town right away, or are you going to be around for a bit?
He says, I don't have many things left for me to tie up here in Termalaines. I was probably going to head down to Brynchander and see if there's anyone who was looking for a guide to head south through the mountains on the way back.
Okay. We might have a deal where you could stop at Lonelywood before you go, and maybe make some money for the both of us if you're interested.
Mhm.
He says, what? All right, well, you said you're heading to the mine?
Yeah, we were going to head to the mine.
All right, well, I will, I'll stay here at the inn tonight for one more day. And we can, there's something that you are looking for me to do, let me know this evening, and I can, we can see if we can work something out.
That sounds good.
So this
All
this
right.
town sits on a lake, but it does not have a wealth of this knucklehead trout. This other town does.
It's better. It's higher quality.
I don't think it's
Or
the
the
wealth,
craftsmanship.
it's the people, because
The artist.
Zebulon.
it's
is
the
Zebulon.
artistry that they do.
Oh, we're not bringing back raw material. We're bringing back
No.
actual carved
Yes.
scrimshaw.
Scrimshaw
Okay,
is
yeah,
like
all
the
right.
carved part, right?
I
Yeah.
apologize.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was the
Oh.
contact that fetched like the highest quality that could sell
Yep.
for up to 1,000 or something like that.
I apologize for
Mhm.
being a little bit behind. Thank you.
Nope, no. We're all taking notes for the benefit of the group.
Who's taking notes? I'm not taking notes.
Well,
I'm taking
well,
notes.
Collectively, hopefully we have good notes.
Mental notes.
Hopefully.
I will say the only thing I'm taking notes on are things that my character is taking notes on. So
Yeah.
The only thing I'm taking notes on is the stuff I'm taking notes on.
Darn right.
All right.
Right.
Let's do the thing.
want
we
to-
gotta wait for Oris to get here.
Oh, that's right.
So,
No, he
Horace-
got here. He woke us up.
Forrest didn't wake you guys up, but he is here as you guys kind of come out of your rooms, and you see him kind of sitting by the fire in the waiting room.
Now, the most important part of the morning. Pocket bacon?
Pocket
One
bacon.
more loop. One more loop.
There is not pack and bacon here.
Aw. Pocket fish bacon.
There is
You can make
not,
anything you want taste like bacon, though.
and this is Marta is not a one to cook large meals for her guests. She generally kind of leaves that
Pottage.
towards either the patrons to cook for themselves or to head over to the Blue Clans, whatever deal she has worked out with them.
Ooh. Ooh,
As we come out of the room, I'm eating some cheese.
Oh no! You were supposed to sell that.
Just fucking.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay. Just
Whatever
want
he wants to
fucking
bite off
expensive
the
cheese to
wedge.
munch.
Well,
it's breakfast.
Sell my cheese.
All right. Should we cook up some pottage and get going, or do we want to head over to the Blue Clam and do some talking?
Don't tell me. how
I'm
to
not
cook my
hungry, so I'm good
cheese.
to go.
I'm always good to eat, but
For
I'm just
those of us
easy.
with an active digestive system.
Yeah, I'm always good to eat. I'm just eating cheese because I woke up hungry.
I can munch a trail ration and we can get going.
All right.
Okay. Let's get going.
Hey, Davos, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, you got bad cheese, buddy.
Eating old ass cheese.
Moldy
Can
cheese.
cheese
I
get
get
old? It
cheese.
just gets
You have
cheese.
listeriosis.
Oh no.
Cheese diarrhea.
Cheese diarrhea.
You would get that, doesn't it constipate you?
That's 16 saves
Nope.
from cheese diarrhea.
Not this cheese.
Oh, that's some strong mold.
That cheese tasted a little bit funky, as the cheesemonger had described to you, and it is delicious. You keep eating that cheese.
I thought you
all day,
tasted it.
I did
And it-
taste it.
and it's a delicious cheese.
Delicious.
I don't think it's supposed to be meant to eat in this large amount, though.
He's
Taking a,
like,
taking a bite off it like a fucking Slim Jim.
You ain't gonna shit for
Eating a whole
days.
wheel of brie, bad.
oh man.
So, all right.
I just want to
Oris,
clear out my inventory, so I'm trying to get rid of some stuff.
that's fair.
It's just like eating the mysterious food out of his
You can
inventory.
put shit on the ground.
Yeah, don't. That wheel of cheese is
littering.
not fully eaten. There is just a tiny little bit taken out of this like gigantic wheel of cheese.
Well, it's a half wheel, right?
Half wheel, right?
Yep.
Does Marta want to buy some cheese?
No, I'm getting rid of this. Like, it's got to go. I
I
just
am
want to eat
eating
some of
it.
it before it does.
I
Power
bought
through
it,
it.
I'll eat it.
And he never shat again.
7
Right.
days later, he died from bowel impact.
All right, enough about the cheese. Let's go kill some kobolds.
No, more cheese.
Oh man.
All right.
Hey, maybe
Days
we
later,
can-
he's 50% cheese.
Feed the kobolds the cheese.
Oh,
Well, let's try.
Yeah, I'll bring it
Alright.
with.
We have to get to the mine first.
bring the
So,
cheese.
All right. Well, you guys, Oris, he's like, if you guys are ready to go, we'll head out. We'll follow the trail, and I'm not going to enter into the mine with you. The kobolds are a little bit too aggressive for my abilities.
Do you happen to have a map of the mine at all?
He says, a map of the mine? I do not.
Sure.
Is there someone who might?
Most maps of the mine are usually kept towards at the mining outpost themselves.
All right, that'll work. We'll see if we can find one when we're there then.
Okay. These guys head out into the snow. It is a gentle snow today. The wind is kind of very light, coming out of the east off the lake. Out of the west off the lake, and kind of blowing at your backs as you guys head out towards the gem mine. The temperatures today are a little bit warmer than previous days. In your past 2 days of travel through the north here, you feel as you're kind of walking through, you're undoing like the jackets a little bit. It's definitely above 0 degrees today.
Yes.
Heat wave.
Nice.
Quixotic still walks outside and goes, "Oh fuck me!"
It's Wisconsin summer.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you guys approach the mine, you see the entrance to the gem mine is an open tunnel in the hillside. You see around you empty carts parked near the entrance, next to which a crude wooden sign has been propped up. Written on the sign in charcoal are the words, "Kobolds only," in common.
We'll be right back.
At least they did it in common.
'Cause that's weird. Okay. Anyone speak kobold?
Goblin.
Mm.
Is
Yeah,
Cobalt
Give me long enough
Draconic?
time, I can
Or is
think
speak
it's
any
Cobalt
Draconic, yeah.
specific?
It's probably draconic.
Well,
'Cause
either way,
Alice
yes.
speaks Draconic.
Yeah.
It's true.
I
can
do also speak
can-
Draconic.
read or understand any written or spoken language, given some time.
We've got it covered. Okay.
Got it.
Into the mine.
I'm going to immediately start checking for traps. Yeah.
Alright. Well, as you make an investigation check as you come to the entrance of the mine.
Is it investigation or perception if I'm trying to look for traps?
Sure, make me a perception check.
Darn it. Here. Oh, which one did it roll?
We'll see.
Perception it is.
Okay.
Add how many more is that for my
Did you roll perception or an investigation?
I rolled investigation, but we'll keep the 2 because I'm a monster. Add 3 more to that, so a flat 10.
Okay. Looking about, the front of the mine is now tracked. As you're looking at the sign, though, the words are written in an elaborate calligraphy, more elaborate than you would expect from a kobold.
Ooh. Hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Any hints as to what it might be?
It's
Maybe
common.
not,
And calligraphy.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
That's the hint that you get.
indicating some sort of written intelligence. Someone learned
Beyond
how
a
to
kobold.
Someone
Yeah.
learned how to calligraphy.
Well, in that case,
Ligrification.
I cast Mage Armor.
There you go.
Okay.
I cast knife.
I cast brandish knife. It's a
All right.
cantrip.
So as you guys enter into the mine, kind of there are some rough-hewn steps that begin to descend 60 feet, ending to the north side of this chamber that you enter into. And guys kind of look about, you see a number of racks holding picks and hammers nailed to the walls of this small cavern. The floor is covered in rock dust and tracks.
Is there a space on my pack I could maybe put one of the picks just to hang on to?
Sure. If you think that there's space on your back. for it.
I'm sure I could put it through a ring or something like that. You never know when you need a pickaxe in a mine.
I have something to add when we're ready.
Go for it.
I'm gonna cast this on our squishy people, Dev Post, Nicola, and Monty. 5 temporary HP.
Yes.
Thank you.
How long do they last?
8 hours.
8 hours. Oof.
Nice.
Cool.
Solid.
Yep, toward the front a little bit if you don't mind moving.
Sweet.
I will be up front with you. Are
I'm
we
gonna
attached
add
to
a
one another? Am I
miner's
not allowed
pick.
to move you?
I think. Wait, who? What?
I can
Stuck
move
on the
me, but I
wall.
can't get Allison. I think she's outside the door.
Okay.
Thank
Nick,
you.
can you move her now?
Still stuck on the wall.
How about now?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So you guys pick up a few. Our Quizzati picks up a pick. And where you guys headed? Kind of, as you guys enter into here, you see 3 kind of tunnels heading off of here. One to the east, one to the south, and one to the southwest.
You mentioned tracks earlier. Is one area, one tunnel looking more heavily traveled than others?
Why don't you make me a survival check?
That's actually good. Okay.
Finding ourselves at a 3-way intersection in a cave we've never been in
Survival check is done.
makes you wish we asked anybody more information about this cave.
That's not it.
Would I
We
never-
did ask about a map and a few other things.
Down.
Yeah, did we look? Did
We were
anyone
not
look on the
very
outside if there
forthcoming.
were maps?
Right, one of those flyers. Like,
19.
oh, oh, geez.
Woof. I don't think I've rolled a 0 yet.
I thought you rolled like a -2 at one point, didn't you?
Alice, looking
I don't have
down,
anything that bad.
somebody
Okay.
else must have mentioned tracks to you, and as you look down, all you see is
Like, nope.
dirt and kind of rock dust on the ground and whatnot. You do not notice any sort of
Oh.
tracks.
Do you
Right.
announce that? Do you announce that to the group?
That I don't see tracks?
Yeah, I want to
I
check.
don't know, guys. It all looks Greek to me.
They're coming
I-
from behind us. Those are our
I-
tracks.
Right. I love that. That is great.
Oh, not too much better, but better than a 0.
Looking at the tracks, I mean, like, you can't. It's hard to identify what they are, but I think there are a number of tracks kind of fan out into all the different directions. It looks like there are a number of tracks that kind of lead east in this direction.
Who got 10 hit points earlier?
Not you.
All right.
What, you?
I will.
The death post not
I'm
you.
gonna
Sure.
keep my eye out. So I'm gonna, I guess, roll again for perception. And I
left.
guess should we head that way? To the
Which
east.
way is that way?
To the east. This way is where the tracks go.
I'm just looking for direction which way we're going.
I'm pinging the map. Am
I
not?
know. I'm waiting for everybody else.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, our job is to find the things, and if there's tracks, then that's where the things are, presumably.
Well, I've heard that if you're in a place you don't know, going just one direction over and over is a good
Always
way
go
to,
left. Yeah.
It's a good way to find your way through something.
So that sounds like a plan.
So left
Better
then?
than no plan.
To the left.
We'll go left.
I'll go ahead of you, and you'll run up my back.
Sure.
Oh, is that what?
Isn't that how we do? Like I go either next to you or
I
in
think
front of you.
with
while
the
I thought
you
it was
Not left.
behind me, wasn't it?
left. Didn't we come in from where?
Or
the
not
red-
left.
the red circle
Right.
is?
We're going right.
This is our left. If we came in. From
Correct.
there.
Yeah. We're going east. How about that?
So if we came
There
in
you go.
here, we are going left, which is east.
Yeah.
So
Except the cardinal directions
All
are
right.
turned.
are
there.
they? Are they
There's
similar?
my.
No, sorry. I
We're,
didn't mean to
we're
say-
heading east, but that is
Yeah,
left,
take-
which is normally west on the map.
God, these dice are hot tonight. Stand back.
Oof.
Okay.
That's with a +8.
Yeah, as
Do you
you
remember?
as you begin to enter into this room, you see the floor of the east end of this dusty cave is 5 feet higher than the end that you enter into. So kind of ramps up to this side over here by about 5 feet or so. With a rocky ridge separating the two areas, except for
Yeah.
slopes on either side. You see a number of picks and shovels leaning against the ridge. As you guys look about, a small gem deposit in the ridge and the walls of this cave gleam seductively.
Mm.
Ooh.
You think after we clear this place out, we could maybe take a couple trinkets?
I don't know. I'm
That
not
was
finding
my
it,
idea.
I didn't know how refining raw gems works.
but I do like the shinies.
I
Gems are
don't-
gems.
Well, let's figure out these little bastards before we start thinking about stealing stuff.
Alice, when
Cheaper to
she-
refine raw gems than if you don't have them. But do I want to keep an eye out for any identifications of like architecture, or we're coming across something that looks like their living quarters. Should be obvious, but
I'm
Yeah,
going to
it's-
take the long way around.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna send Alice up the hill.
Oh, okay.
Sure, I'll go.
Yeah, so far, Monty, you've not seen many. There's not a lot of architecture here. It's more so a very simplistic mining outpost so far. Very
Got it.
different than the mine that you guys had just liberated. from
yeah,
the Black Spider.
yeah. Which was like what, like 5 days ago, right?
No. At least a week.
Like 6
We were on the
months ago,
ship
guys.
for a week.
That's
I
true.
I know. Time has passed.
So,
I've been about
alright,
2 or
if
3
you
weeks.
guys you guys have cleared up there, then when we head on, and then a reminder, Rob, that when we're going to the forward together thing, is I'm helping you.
Right. Oh, okay. So I'm rolling with advantage then.
Yep.
Okay. And we'll
Your
try again.
Sight.
Do the thing.
As you kind of come to the intersection, all right, and as you kind of exit out of this cavern that you were in, and kind of come in down the tunnel below, you hear the sound of rushing water as you approach this cave off to your left.
So there's water coming from this direction or this direction?
From your player's character left.
Okay, so
This
from
direction.
east. Okay, got it.
From the east.
We had made a decision. So
We're gonna keep going left.
yeah,
Check it
with your 25, you notice the water. What?
Hold up.
We see the thing. Let's identify the thing. May I identify the creature in which I can see?
As you enter into this area, an underground river flows through the far side of this cavern, which is supported by a natural stone pillar near the water's edge. Between you and the river, you see a kind of a large rat-looking creature with long tails and beady eye, with a long tail and beady eyes.
An ROUS?
ROUS.
I think it is, yeah.
Can I shoot away?
Is it yeah, is it more afraid of us than we are of it?
I mean, at this point, I mean, it hasn't noticed you over the sound of the rushing water yet.
Was it like drinking?
It's kind of, it looks like it's eating something, but you're not quite sure.
It's
Which way
like a
is it
raccoon,
facing?
it's washing its food.
It's facing towards the pillar that it's facing. It's facing south.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion of a fire right about here.
Oh, I was just gonna run up and kick it in the water.
Well, you could do that too, but
You can run right through the fire. It's an illusion.
I don't know that.
Okay. Tell me about minor illusion. There's no
I
sound to
will.
it, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's one or the other.
that worked. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
Sound or an image of an object with.
I will
Doesn't cast heat or anything like that. It's just.
I
an
will
illusion.
I will see it, and then I will use prestidigitation to make like fire crackling noises.
Crackling noises.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Great teamwork
Um,
and heat.
as you do this, this rodent creature kind of like looks up, like looks at this fire, and is like relatively terrified of it. But then it looks, it's trying to figure out a way out, and the rushing water behind it does not seem like a good path. And it is
Well,
going to.
I cast it to the side of it, not like directly. Like
Okay.
yeah, so it was like
There's
right here.
fire, and
right
it doesn't
beside
know where the heck it came from or why it's there.
Mhm.
So it is going to kind of start to screech and kind of head. Oh, not get bigger.
It grows bigger.
And it's going to kind of head that way, and kind of as it does, it starts to kind of create a scurry, and the other creatures that you did not see
Back up, back up.
kind of start to swarm and head out of the cavern towards you. I need,
Are they harmlessly running between our legs and leaving?
and these are relatively large rodents.
Are you
in a
talking like the
swarm.
size of a dog or like bigger?
Cat size.
Oh, that's not so bad.
So I need everybody
back
to
up.
roll initiative.
Like your character.
Clicky.
Fucking character.
Ah. I'm never gonna have a
Dice.
good initiative roll. That's the rule, right?
Never in your life.
Wee.
Come on, rats, roll low.
Middle.
How did they roll? What did they roll?
A 12.
Okay.
Still did better than most of the party.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, we all did pretty poorly.
I
Speak for
other than
yourself.
other than my 25, I think I haven't rolled above a 10 today for
All right.
dice on dice side.
Monty, you go first.
Okay, well, I can't see much back here, so I'm gonna sneak past so I can get a bead on that one, and I'm going to just viciously mock him. I'm not going to pull out any of my good jokes though, because he can't understand them, but he can still hear it, and he knows I'm viciously mocking him, so I'm going to viciously mock him.
Okay.
Just like
Mock
mock squeaking.
Sounds like Beaker from the Muppets.
Right. That's what it's about.
Beast face, bitch.
Yeah.
Alright.
DC 14 Wisdom save and 4 damage.
It rolls.
Oh, the
6.
poor mouse. Rat.
All right.
Sid, we have advantage or they have disadvantage on their next?
He has disadvantage on his attack.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. It takes a
That will be it.
damage. And that ends your turn.
Yeah, that'll be it for now until we see how hard these things hit.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Yeah. He's got disadvantage against you, though. There's a few of them.
Cody.
All right. Since Turon and I are kind of sharing this cell,
There isn't anyone hidden near me, is there? No. Okay.
so I can't advance anywhere. Well, I'm just try to smoke this guy.
You can like poke between us.
Nah. But can I squeeze through here? Can I get to this?
All right.
no.
Like he
That's
is.
a lot of squeezing.
Yeah, I'm a big refrigerator like turtle. So
Yeah.
You can pass through friendly squares though.
Well,
if you
I
ignore
get to
physics.
here and then I get to there, but
That's a hard corner.
You're
though, I
like
think.
hugging the wall, though.
yeah, I'm just gonna try to melt this dude's face.
Poor rat.
I tried to shoo him away in a non-violent manner. Well, maybe it's a little violent, but
No, we're bringing out the poison for sure.
I should've
Oh,
kept
that's
it on the
fucking
river.
terrible. We'll see if this.
oof.
Oh my
no.
lord.
Inflict wounds. Jesus.
Oh.
As you try and grab this rat, it's nimble and it's quick and it gets through your fingers and it does not. You are not able to grab onto this rat.
He's a little wiggly boy.
Should have used word of radiance or something. But, oh well. Turn.
Okay. It is their turn, and this scurry that Monty has incited is heading your way, and they're gonna try and oh, sorry, Turon, did not mean to move you. They're trying to run through your feet, and I guess like the first one is going to get to here. I'll press Alt.
If it seems like it's just trying to escape, I will not. Like I'm just fucking. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if we consider them allies, then they would technically pass through, right?
Like I would have cocked back with my sword, but like when they're not trying to bite my dick and they're just trying to squeeze through, I'm just like, I'll just kind of move.
Yeah, I'll do the same. If they try and pass by me, I'm just gonna let them go.
Okay. The first, the rats are these cat-sized rats are trying to get out and kind of continue on. Get to about here.
And then when 4 of them are surrounding me, they all attack at once.
They're master.
I go, I regret everything.
And then they paralyze you and try and drag you off.
Second one kind of gets to about there. The third one about there, and I'm using 4 rats for this, but it is a swarm of rats that's kind of like scurrying through your legs and whatnot right now. And kind of as they get towards the end and realize that they're not going to get much further, they do decide to lash out and begin to bite at the people around them. The first one is going to, I guess, try and gnaw at Davos. So
Why not attack this rear line first? Okay.
right,
We kind of did let them flank us.
Yeah.
they're just rats, just cat-sized rats.
Just cat-sized rats.
All right, and he has disadvantage or a minus D4, right?
Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Okay.
Yep. Just on his first attack, though. So I don't know if they get multiple attacks.
Does a 15 hit Davos
Wait till you roll the second.
or
one.
a 7?
The 7 does not hit.
All right. Sounds good. The second one is going to try and bite you, Quixotic.
All right.
And it bites you with a 4.
Whiff.
Go ahead.
But whiff.
The third one is going to try and bite Monty. Goodness gracious. And the fourth one is going to try and bite Tara.
Some Ratata MS.
Fucking A.
All right.
Damn, the dice are hot all around.
Son of a bitch. All right. So that ends the rat's turn. Exotic.
Remember, there's
They just
thousands of them.
seem scared, right? And it's a lot of small rats, or there's one big rat.
It's a lot of like cat-sized
rats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say I don't think they care that we're here. We may as well just let them pass. The walkway or the cave path that's right in front of me is 5 feet wide, correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna try and do a little acrobatics thing to just get up off the floor and let them by.
Okay.
Do a Van Damme, just let them go underneath.
Sounds good.
And I'll maybe, I don't know, how tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling of the cave is probably about 7 feet tall or so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, kind of get me up close to the ceiling then. I got the boots of jumping, so it's not hard. Acrobatics check, or what do you want?
Yeah, make me an acrobatics check if you're trying to like jump up and like post your legs, arms and legs
Yeah.
out. Yeah, acrobatics check. You try and jump out of the way of these cat-sized
Oh,
rats.
thank God. That was almost a 4.
Well, it's an 8 though.
Yes, you're able to jump up and kind of get out of the way of these cat-sized rats.
You just like saying cat-sized rat, don't you?
I do. It's a lot of fun. You should try it. Cat-sized rat.
I mean, but a rat-sized cat would be pretty damn cute, though. So
Tom size scary.
It'd be even more terrifying.
even more terrifying.
Okay, Quixotic, ends your turn.
Size horse.
Yeah, I'm not gonna attack. I'm gonna let him through. So, I guess you can probably assume the space below me is not difficult terrain for them.
Sounds good. Alice, I
Um,
mean, you're kind of around the corner, but you do hear a lot of shuffling.
I did say let them through. They don't look like they're gonna hurt anybody.
I'm super grossed out when I like poke my head around the corner and see that what you're talking about is cat-sized rats. And I will just try to stay out of the way, because if one comes near me and enters my reach, I will hit it.
Okay.
I will hit it.
With the nearest broom you can find.
Okay. Sounds good. Taran.
So there's like roughly how many? I mean, there's 4 of them, but that represents how many?
I mean, there's probably 20 or so. 20 or more.
Are they mostly in like this hallway for us?
Yeah, just about.
All right, then I'll just like try to push my way through to get away from them until I care.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, like you're able to kind of step around them and whatnot, and kind of get beyond them.
Can I make a perception check in this room as my action?
Sure, you can do that.
It's gonna be really good. Oh, it was almost an 18.
It's medium.
Not
pretty-
a 0.
Poor. It's poor.
You see a whole bunch of like rat droppings and that you think are. You see a whole bunch of droppings that you assume are rat, but you're not quite sure.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
Well, then I'll just wait here, and
Okay.
hopefully they pass and I'm out of their way.
We're gonna be fighting kobolds later, and we're gonna get rat swarmed. So we didn't exterminate these little fuckers.
I wanted to kill it.
We're doing them a favor.
Doppos.
Disgusting.
Animals were.
I see Quixotic do his really acrobatic jump. I just give him a weird look, tap my staff once on the floor, cast spider climb, and climb up to the ceiling. Like, so I'm hanging upside down from my feet.
Just walks up the floor on the wall.
Clambers up the wall.
No, it's just calmly walk. Like,
All right.
and then I'm gonna come around the corner.
Defying gravity. Doppos climbs along the wall. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, I'll stay right there. That's a good spot.
Sounds good. And you are up off the ground, is that correct?
Yes, I am upside down. I'm hanging off the ceiling from my feet.
Sounds good. Nicola.
Honestly, just trying to do. Sorry, I was trying to talk around.
Sean?
What you doing there, buddy?
He's talking, but we can't hear him.
Yeah. He's been talking this whole time. I feel bad.
No.
Please do hold.
Like fully ignoring him. I'm gonna take cans up and get a different.
There we go. Now,
Hey.
now you lit up.
There we
Maybe.
go.
Hey.
No, it's
He's
all
been
right.
wondering why
I
we
was
haven't
mu-
responded
I
to
was
him for like an
muted
hour.
most of the time because Benny has been chewing very loudly on a bone. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I want to try and maneuver my way through the rats while not provoking attacks of opportunity, if that's possible.
You can use your action to disengage, maybe.
Oh, I could indeed do that. I think I should do that. Keelan, can I do that?
You can.
All right, I will. I'll kind of get a little farther away and come over here by Tehran.
Okay.
I will. I realize this isn't an action really, but if more rats miraculously come and try and scurry past, I'll ready my staff to kind of gently guide them around me.
Your action was to disengage.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
you can prepare for your next round.
Okay.
And turn.
Yes, it does.
All right. Monty.
1 second. So they're attacking us, right? They haven't continued to run past.
I mean, like they ran as far as you think that they may have or could have, and kind
It
of
looked like they were blocked off. Okay,
and
I
were fighting you
will-
guys as you guys were there.
Yeah. I'll ready an action, and if they don't continue to run, I will immediately attack the nearest one, the one that attacked me, or I guess the nearest one that doesn't continue running off, that makes an attack to anyone within reach of me. Any of my allies within reach of me, I'll attack them with Talon Booming Blade.
Okay. Sounds good.
That'll
It'll
be
make us all fucking
turn.
deaf.
All right. Kohi.
Where is Monty? I don't even see him.
He's under all the rats.
Oh, okay.
Under the swarm.
All right. I do not take kindly to these rats. We're gonna do something a little bit less spell slot intensive. We're gonna do this. It's not terrible. So everything within 5 feet of me takes 6 radiant damage, passing a DC 14 con.
To make a con save.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna roll for 3 of them. Come on, rolls
Nope.
get better. Son of a bitch. Fuck. Hey.
All right.
Wow.
6 radiant, yeah, 18 on a cantrip, not too bad.
Yeah.
Who cursed the dice today?
All right.
Why do you think I got off of that? Just save instead. Save spell.
Okay.
All right, that's turn. I'm gonna stay pat. Fucking
See anything out of it?
rat people.
All right. The rats take the 16 damage, 18 damage, and are still actually. There are not many that went down with that. And now it's their turn, and being aggravated from this attack, they kind of swarm around you guys and kind of begin to kind of bite at your ankles. So I guess the first one, I guess it's going to try and attack. Let's see. Kozadek's up in the air, Dapos is up in the air. So that leaves Monty and Kohi. All right, so the first, 2 and 2 are going to go for each of you guys. The first one is going to be this one that attacks you, Monty. And so I guess you readied your action, right?
Yes. Yep. So this is one will go.
Yep.
All right.
Assume.
Thank you.
The
One more?
12
Nope.
hit.
One.
Feels like it. A 12 does hit.
Hey. That's 6 damage.
Okay, and that section of rat looked a little bit, and like all the sections of the rats have been kind of weakened and whatnot, and like that one just kind of fell as Talon swept into him. The second one is going to attempt to attack you, Monty. Come on, there we go. It's an 18 hit.
Yeah, we're pretty early on. Oh well, it'll hit.
You're not gonna shield.
Not yet. I mean, I'm gonna get
Don't say
poisoned
that.
for
You
the
might
rest
have a
of the time.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I know
All right.
I might.
So, Monty, you take 6 piercing damage as the swarm kind of comes into you. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
See?
Yuck.
Ooh, all right. These rats that are kind of swarming around your feet, as you look down at them, at the one that's like bit, like the ones that bit you and kind of they are kind of lashed onto your arm and whatnot, they look a little bit mangy, and you feel a little bit of almost of a disease kind of start to enter into your veins and whatnot. And you think that there is something else that's in the works in these rats than a normal giant rat. So, Mark, note somewhere that you are diseased.
Okay. We're gonna talk about that later, Cody.
Yeah, sorry, pissed him off.
Okay. And 5 damage.
All right. And with that, it's going to be the other 2 rats are going to try and attack you, Kohi.
Alright, bro.
The first one is going to be a 5. And the second one is going to be a 20.
Alright, con save.
Yeah, con save.
Con save. Boop. Boop. That should be enough.
Yeah. You, as these rats bite into you, you do take 7 damage. But you don't feel whatever disease these rats may be carrying pulse through your veins the same way Monty did.
Didn't get your shot, did you there, Monty?
I haven't qualified yet for it, so
All right.
honestly,
Bitch got rabies.
I got rabies. Look
Well, they
at
are
how
rats. I
non
was thinking
someone's
more
life.
something darker.
And with
Yeah, I'm
that-
gonna turn it. I'm a were rat now. Y'all
that-
better watch out.
That ends their turn.
Rat
It is
trophy.
Quixotic's turn.
All right, I guess we're gonna have to kill these things because now they're pissed off.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop.
I already committed to not fighting them.
Nope.
I'm over here
I-
now.
I did it.
All right, I'm gonna, I guess, drop and draw my sword because I can do that as a tandem,
Okay.
or my rapier, and just because they're a swarm, there's no disadvantage on attacking them, correct?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna try and hit the one that I guess is below me.
Okay, do it.
I'm gonna do that. Oh, fuck me, really?
Good. Get out here, you asshole.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just absolutely ruined your monsters.
No.
Jeez.
The
All
one
right.
hit point that this one had left.
Yeah, here,
absolutely
take 28 for me, please.
Overkill.
Oh, man.
Combo breaker.
You go to drop down on this
Kill
rat
tactic.
with your rapier, and
You have now scared
like
rats.
basically you drop down on the rat, you pierce it to the ground, and then you step on its head, and then you pull your rapier out at an angle and slice what was left of the body into 3 different pieces. This rat is dead, or this section of rat is dead.
You can eat rat like sushi, right? You don't need to cook it.
If you want to die,
You can eat anything like that if you want.
You can eat anything once.
Mhm.
Twice if you're fast enough.
All right. So I drop down. That's. I'll take a. I'll take a bonus action to look for hidden creatures in case something's coming down the tunnel now that we've pissed off a bunch of rats and made noises and things. So
Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
bonus action, perception check. 16.
16. I mean, like you're still like surrounded by cat-sized rats.
Yep.
Exiting out of the tunnel. You don't notice any other hidden creatures nearby.
Good, good. All right.
Sound good. With that, it is Alice's turn.
Now that it's open season, I'm gonna take a couple steps forward and get to swiping.
Alright.
Move me.
One. Are you close enough? Or did they kill the ones that were like over
I
here
think
before?
those are
I
dead.
kind of killed the ones that were on this end of the. I had
Okay,
exited
so I
out
think
first.
you can reach it from one,
Is there-
two, one. Yeah, you can reach that one. That's in like this area.
I'll
Yeah, that one's kind of right underneath Kohi.
I will shimmy the spike of my halberd between Kohi and Quixotic and just jab at the rat near me.
Okay. Do it.
Are you raging?
No.
Not that mad.
Yeah, 20 hits.
Mad enough.
All right. As you slice into these rats with your halberd, you take out another section of rats.
Yay.
Is there more
Uh,
rats within her reach?
Yeah, I will keep attacking.
Not quite. There's the ones that are left are kind of like the tail end that had not fully exited out of the other cavern yet.
And there's like nowhere for you to actually squeeze to, I guess. I don't know.
well, I mean, I'm not on the ground.
Oh, you can stand underneath Daphbos.
Yeah, I'll move forward and keep hacking.
Okay.
Extra attack with my halberd.
Do it.
Why does it want to snap so bad?
You gotta press Alt.
I was holding it.
Oh.
and it's- Oh, maybe I was letting it go too quick. Okay, extra attack. Kerpla. Ooh,
15 hits.
That's enough.
And yeah, with the final killing blow as the halberd comes up you dispatch the last of the cat-sized rats.
Yeah.
Cat-sized rats.
It's Charlie work.
Are they like full of diamonds or anything? From moving to the-
They've been eating diamonds.
They eat all the tourmaline.
They eat
a
coal
weird
and shit
tourmaline
diamonds.
These rats, I mean, are you picking through them or are you?
No, I don't presume there to be anything in the rat.
Okay. Yeah. And like, there are rat cats all over the place, and you don't notice anything that catches your eye.
All right, let's poke around in this room for a little bit. I'll do a little bit inspecting.
Cat Post finishes a circle around the entire hallway and just comes down.
Just
Monty starts scratching himself.
Does the water make you uncomfortable now, Monty?
No, I don't know if it does or not.
You have hydrophobia?
I don't think he's water resistant.
Hydrophobic.
As you
Alright,
guys
let's
kind of start
see what's in
exploring
here.
this cavern, it's a little bit warmer than kind of the rest of the area around you, and especially kind of coming off of the coming in from the outside and whatnot previously. It's definitely much warmer, and as you get closer to the river, you can kind of see a little bit of steam coming off of the river. And as you reach your hand down to touch it, or kind of just see what's going on, the water feels it's odd that this water is not frozen as you may have expected it to be coming in from wherever it's coming in from, but it's a little bit warm to the touch, and kind of as you kind of look through it or look to it, it's kind of entering in from a almost like an underground river area on the north side, and kind of flows out to the south through like a 2.5-foot wide fissure in the south wall, gaining speed as it moves through the narrow passage towards the south.
It appears someone has peed in this river.
I
Eat
will
lava.
come up to the edge and take a peek.
Okay.
You move me.
Let's go.
Do I smell sulfur or anything,
Investigation around the room.
A quick question: does anybody have the water elemental ring attuned?
Auntie? Or no.
Just in case.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
I was gonna
I
make
have
that
it.
joke.
I
Oh, you don't have it on?
don't
like
have. I
Q
haven't.
and
We haven't
hand-waved that on
decided,
us.
but yeah.
I
Okay.
have an open attunement slot if you want to just let me wear it, just in case.
I'm fine with that.
is there anything of note on that little scrap of land across the river? I assume it's only like 5 feet and I can see it.
From where you're standing, kind of with like the fog that's kind of like not the fog, it's a little bit fog. That's kind of rising up from this relatively warm water to the cooler cabin around you. It's a little bit hard to see. Make me, I mean, with Ron's investigation, and if you want to make an investigation or perception check looking across.
Give 2 to perception.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to check it out.
Okay.
From where you're standing, you can't quite make anything out on the other side.
Gonna just do an investigation around the room.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-bum.
Or we could just.
Blah. The dice just keep on coming.
Yeah.
Aren't you stuck at like 14 minimum?
Not for that. It's only if people lie to me. It's the only qualifier. Yeah.
Can
Yeah,
I have
looking around the room, I mean, like, there's a couple of small gem pockets or whatnot, but
Is that what that thing is to the north side? This.
Yeah.
Okay. Does
Um,
it look like a richer deposit than the other room, or?
not really, not compared to the second room that you guys kind of entered into. So
Cool, we found a
Okay.
break room.
Yeah. Right.
Monty, do you let me wear that ring?
Yeah, you can have it if you want. Yeah.
Solid.
It is a Ring of Water Elemental command.
Oh yeah, I already have it equipped.
Not attuned though, right?
No, I would. It would take some time here. I guess. I don't know.
We're not gonna sit here for an hour, are we?
Oh,
But
It's gonna walk around for an hour.
yeah.
I mean, it's not. Are you? If you're trying to walk across the water to get to that spot, it's only like 5 feet, right?
I can jump it if
Right.
you want me.
That's
If you
not
want me to
right,
look
but-
at it.
I put it on just in case we want to do a water elemental. You need to be attuned to it.
Do you need to be attuned to suck the water elemental in, or
Yes.
do you just to use the powers?
Must be attuned to suck.
Oh, well, that blows.
No, it sucks.
All right.
Okay, Tim.
Do you want me to go and
Go ahead,
Uh,
buddy.
check at the thing on the other end there? It's a hop, skip, and a jump for me.
Skip
Or we
it.
could just
Hop
go
it.
out.
With
No,
these jumpy boots.
check
With these
it.
jumpy boots. Okay, I'll go check the other side. Give me a bit of a path here.
Well,
5,
since I'm
10.
still, I'll just stand on the
Yep.
wall again.
Okay, so tell me
Oh,
about these boots that you're gonna do.
I'm wearing boots of springing and striding, sir.
Okay.
Which
What is-
do...
Just swam
Is
across
this-
too.
Wait, how do I push the thing with the
The
thing?
weird warm water that smells like asparagus.
I'll do
How
it.
do I post the... There we go. Cool.
Just one more quick thing. You don't have to be attuned to these, Sean or Josh. You could just be wearing. You don't have an attunement item, except for maybe your weapon. Except even then, I don't think so.
That's not an attunement one either. So
No,
I just
yeah, so-
we never decided what we were gonna do with the ring, so I didn't.
Just
If you attune to something, can you unattune to it, or is it like
Yeah.
find
Yeah,
unequip?
So
No,
I can jump my movement and range. So
just take the thing and attune to it.
Okay.
then.
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah.
Let's pretend you have been attuned to it.
Okay,
and
We'll
not
work on
take it
that.
from you.
Let's pretend I have the belt of giant strength.
We just found it.
Let's pretend I'm level 6. How about
Yeah,
that?
if we're pretending, I want to pretend something.
we're pretending everything. Let's not forget that.
Right.
None of this is real.
Yeah. So like you get to the other side and you look down and there's another like deposit of like gems and whatnot, but nothing. There's nothing loose on the ground that you can pick up or whatnot.
Okay. Okay. Just figured I'd check. And back. Yep. Boom. There we go. Okay. I
Okay.
did not see anything of interest over there. To that way.
Sure.
Yeah, let's
Go.
go.
Continue to the left.
Okay, you just pick your way out of this cavern and kind of over the bodies of the cat-sized rats. Say it one more time.
Cat-sized
And,
rats?
as rats.
Is get to where Tehran is right here, and you see a tunnel that goes back north, and a tunnel that kind of heads south.
All right.
I'd like to come, please.
Nicola, looking at, actually, no, can we see the main, yeah, if we see the chamber going north, can we see the chamber we entered through? Presumably, like, right here.
Look at that.
Yeah, so as you look to the north, like that's the chamber that you guys kind of entered into initially.
Okay, down the
Yeah.
path.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to stick with the left-hand side, it's down, right?
We might as well, yep.
Yep.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
You guys kind of enter into this area here. You see a number of benches and tables set up on this workspaces, where miners would clean the gemstones that they would find. You see gravel and pebbles are strewn on the ground, scattered across the floor. A few hammers, picks, and broken lanterns. As you look around, you see a ledge to the west that you think you could probably easily climb it.
Or I walk.
Spider boy, spider boy.
As you get to the top, you're about 7 feet taller than where you were on the other side.
Oh, look. It's the same. It's the other tunnel.
Oh, okay. Well, then we've cleared this. Let's keep going.
There we go. Down.
Is there anything of note, like foot lockers or abandoned finished
Like-
gems or anything?
Why would we be interested?
Like an
in-
Adidas store or
Okay.
something.
Yes.
Uh,
Are there any strewn about Foot Locker stores?
There are not a lot of Foot Locker stores here in this gem mine.
Much like the mall nowadays.
Oh,
We will
Haven't been in a
continue on.
Haven't been in a
All
mall
right.
in years.
More. Haven't heard that name in a long time. More perception checks.
Oh shit!
as you come in
Is that where
front
the
of
water's
you,
going?
you see wooden planks and struts that form a walkway along the wall of a seemingly bottomless vertical shaft.
Fuck
A
me.
narrow waterfall cascades down the northeast wall. The sound of rushing water is loud in the confined space.
This looks like a job for Dev Post,
As he walks around the wall.
right?
You're up, man.
He's just gonna walk around the long way.
Oh, I thought they like jumped.
How long does your spider climb last for?
It's 1 hour with concentration.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Watch him get shot by an arrow.
As he's crossing.
And
No!
Roll his character.
Hey, at least I go out how I live,
Sideways.
dying from holes.
God.
Uh,
All right.
Duffos, as you get to the other side, and you like look down, you see a number of other walkways kind of down below you. But the waterfall that's falling next to you at this point is roaring, and it is hard to communicate with anybody on the other side.
No, it's not.
Yeah, sending. Yeah, message. There you go. So speaking
That's
of
fine.
sending, who has the other sending stone? Because we lose track of that sometimes.
I think Monty has one.
Yeah, I have one, and I usually
And I
so I
have
have the
one.
set, and I think you had it last.
Yeah,
thought
I have the other one. So okay, just checking.
So I'll send it back to Tehran. Looks
Hello.
like there's more below us.
Okay. Is that the way that we're supposed to proceed, or should we press on? And
Can you respond?
yes, you can respond
Yeah.
to this message.
And then Iris sent one back. It looks like we're gonna have to go through this walkway.
Okay, we'll go on.
What does it say?
Maybe one at a time.
Oh, can we?
Or,
Uh,
I don't know how rickety does it look.
I'll give you a bit of. Do I have rope, or does Alice have any rope?
Oh, did I get my rope back? I don't think so. I think we used it on the.
Yeah, we
I
did.
do. I can
Yeah.
hold a rope from here, and somebody can hold it there, and we can just
Yeah.
make a rope.
Didn't we
Yeah,
cut it
that's the
off and
plan.
it got stuck on the
Okay,
iceberg?
I like
We
it.
still had
That's a
like
good one.
20 feet of the 300.
What's the tensile strength of your adherence to the wall?
I assume it's just gravity.
Just like a
Just gravity
suction cup.
affects me in a different way now.
God. Here, hold this rope. Ah! So Alice holds onto it real tight. Pops him right off the wall like a suction cup.
Yeah, because I think as you look at this, these walkway, I mean, like this is the walkway that the miners would use to get into the mines and whatnot. So
Okay. Is there like a chain or a rope along the wall then, or?
We have
I mean,
one
I
now.
know, I know
Sure.
mines aren't known for their security standards, but I imagine they had something so they didn't fall
The
in.
OSHA. OSHA
I'll
approved mine.
say that there's a kind of like a rope attached to the wall at different points and whatnot.
All right.
I'll take that and Davos is rope, and I'm just gonna go across.
Okay. I will go behind him.
I'm standing here in case we need to rescue anybody.
Your 450-pound self.
Yeah, that's
He
the one
can-
I was most worried about.
Refrigerator turtle.
Yeah, does it look okay after he went on it?
After Koei kind of crossed through, I mean, like you heard the planks kind of like groan and creak at different points and whatnot, but looking at it, you think that it's probably safe to cross.
You bring me along, please.
Okay, I'll tiptoe my way across here.
I'll make room in the room.
Okay. Tehran, as you begin to make room in the room, you see a wooden pulley system that has been constructed around a large hole in the floor. A bucket big enough to hold a humanoid is held up by a thick rope. There are 3 alcoves next to the left containing wooden boards and mining equipment that you and Alice have found yourself in.
Does the bucket go up or down? Is this the bucket? I guess I don't understand.
This is the bucket in the center of the X.
So we turn the X and the bucket goes up and down?
Yes.
But I think it says there's room for only one, right?
There's room for 1 medium creature. Or
I
2
will,
smaller creatures.
I will go
Or we
first.
could just ignore it.
Well, there's no other place to go, right? This
We need to
is
go
a dead
down.
end. Yeah, we gotta go down. Now, what we could do is I could ride in the bucket and Davos could just walk down the wall, right?
That was my plan. I wasn't
And
trusting
then
this thing.
I was gonna say, then we have 2 people at the bottom of the
Why
shaft.
don't I stay up? Why don't I stay up and hold on to the rope, and then we can tie it, and we can help people go down via the rope.
Is Kogi medium?
He is.
Yeah, I would
He's
think
chunky.
I think
medium.
Koi's the exception to the rule.
so. Dense.
I feel as though it'd be faster if you guys took the bucket down, got it out of our way, and we used a rope to go down to the next level if it's not that far away.
Yeah.
I'll
if-
try.
If we get just kind of lower the bucket just a little bit and kind of push it aside, how far down does it look to the next space?
I'm medium.
As you look down beneath you, it looks to be about 15 feet down.
Yeah, definitely
Okay.
saw the other levels, so he would know
Yeah.
where they are.
That's not terrible. All right. Yeah, I'll go down first and Davos, if you want to come with me.
Yeah, I'll walk down the wall with you.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep an eye out so we don't explode. I guess you can count. What is it? Alt to be in the middle of something.
Yep.
There we
Easy.
go. All right. You want to move me to the next map there?
I can do
Hoth.
that. Alright, so Quixotic,
I will make
Uh,
my perception check solo.
yeah, as we begin to send Quixotic down into the mine below. Takes about a minute or so for this bucket to kind of lower down into the area below. And as you look around you, Quixotic, you hear the creaking mechanism as the bucket descends to the floor of the small cave. There are 2 dusty tunnels that lead in opposite directions around. And as you kind of look around, you see
15 feet. I'd probably just jump.
Davos kind of climbs down the hole and makes his way down to the ground next to you.
How far are they from us?
15
Uh,
feet up.
About 15 feet up or so.
Okay, I cast Magic Terror on. Let them know what we're seeing.
Okay, so just 15 feet down. Shouldn't be too
Well,
bad.
just like it's a base room and there's not much here.
Okay.
I'll move to there and kind of take up a position and wait for people to come down.
Excuse me.
I'll tie the rope to I'll hand the rope to Koi and be like, you'll let us down? Or do you need to be let down?
Well, we could put the bucket up for him.
That's true, we can take the bucket. Okay. The rest of us are gonna go down quickly. And then we'll send the bucket up for you. Because you are hefty.
Yes.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Actually, I have another idea.
Stinky.
Okay.
What?
I have an idea.
What?
I could take the bucket back down. He can spider climb.
After
Wait, what?
your-
Oh,
Do I have
'cause you
to-
can
do-
cast
do I
it
have
on
to-
him.
Do I have to have 2 to do it?
No, I just need to touch you.
Oh.
Just give him spider climb.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Alright, cool. I'll go down on the rope.
Spider climb with
down 50
claws.
feet.
He becomes an ATT, an all-terrain turtle.
Yes. I do want to scuttle across the wall. This is cool.
Yeah,
Do it.
scuttling on the wall.
Spider
fly
turtle,
too, can't you?
spider turtle.
Yeah, if I drink my flying potion.
You can do anything a spider turtle can.
Spider turtle. Spy.
Of course,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
only gonna last until we get down to the bottom
Okay,
of the floor,
so
and then I'm gonna drop
It's gonna be Daphos and Turtle on top still, while everyone else should be down.
Okay.
Thank you
Sounds
for not
good.
fat shaming me, guys.
Yep.
Very nice.
So send Tehran with the rope down first, followed by Monty and Nicola and Alice and Kohi and Davos come down last. I'm sorry.
I think that was a wiser decision of letting 450 pounds come down that bucket.
Whee!
Agree.
Okay.
It only cost me a charge on this thing, so that's not bad.
Cool. All right.
Where do you just want to go?
So this way first.
Are we gonna go left or right?
I was facing southeast when I came down, so this is left.
All right, let's check it out.
Boom.
Okay.
There's our hole.
What?
What did I do?
As you enter into this small cavern, you see a hole in the west side of this cavern chamber opens up into the central shack, letting in the sound of the waterfall. The floor on the north side of the cave is about 5 feet higher than the south side, with a rocky ridge separating the two, and a slope on either side leading to the top of the ridge. The walls above the ridge gleam with gem deposits.
Okay.
Looks normal, I guess.
Yep.
You
Do a
do,
little walk
do a little
around.
walk around.
Yeah, I had a pretty decent perception check. I wander around a bit and
Looking around Kozatic, as you guys are kind of inspecting the gem deposits and whatnot, you look you look up and you see like a tunnel, a black tunnel, kind of heading up in the ceiling, kind of up and away from where you're at.
Hey, Kohi, there's something weird in here that I might need your help with. What's up with that? And I point up to the hole.
Scuttle over there. Do I still have?
You have spider climb for like
You
an
still have
hour.
spider climb right now. I haven't dropped it yet.
Yeah, that's
Excellent.
that's why I was asking.
Excellent.
Kohi and not Daphos.
Depo still has it too, or does it? Oh, you have to have concentration on it. So yeah. Okay. So, scuttle.
You scuttle up to it, and the hole is probably about 5 to 8 feet wide, and kind of like it's relatively smooth as it kind of heads up into the ceiling at a slight angle up above.
Oh, it's an air shaft.
It's air, like, or water float down into it.
Yep.
So we're
I do
confident it's nothing.
Survival check, maybe.
Sure, make a survival check.
There you go.
As you look at like the edges of this like this tunnel that kind of heads up and out of this cavern, something clicks in your brain and you get worried, real worried all of a sudden. Like there's something that you notice, like almost like a slight slime, like, or residue, that's kind of, most people wouldn't have been able to see it, but with your keen eyes and your ability to kind of spider walk and be a spider turtle, you look up and you don't see it. You think that there's this tunnel is probably used by some sort of creature to move through the caverns around you.
Something made this hole and came down here. Or
That's not a
got
good
out.
sign. How big is it?
Kind of arm claw length wide. So it's like what, 5 to 6 feet wide, you said?
Can I do it?
The tunnel's
that's-
about 5 to 8 feet, 6 to 8 feet wide or so.
Mm,
Can I make
like
a
that.
perception check in the room we're in?
I had made a pretty decent one when we
Oh, you
walked
did?
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw the hole.
21. Yeah, and I saw the hole.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
Should we-
So
should we get on
something
that?
made that. That's not good. Okay.
Hmm.
High alert.
You gonna fire a firebolt up it and see how deep it goes?
Whee!
Like, no
Spell
joke.
slots. We could do like a fire, like a Eldritch Blast up there, couldn't we? Instead, or something like that.
Or we
Or
could
just-
just leave it alone.
Nah, let's poke the dragon.
No, I definitely use
I bet you there's some-
prestidigitation to do like a flare kind of thing up the hole. See how deep it goes. And if it's
Or I
full
could
path.
just hold on. I've got this.
I already did it.
Oh, fine.
Does like explosion, like flammable explosion gas exist in D&D too?
It's a
Talking about
harmless
swamp
sensory
gas.
effect.
Oh, you're doing
Prestidigitation.
pyrotechnics? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Prestidigitation.
You send this ray of sparks. How far does this prestidigitation go up?
I don't know if it gives a.
It's like
range.
what, 30 feet? 30 feet?
Range area 10 feet.
You send prestidigitation up, and it barely makes it to the hole of the cavern.
Cavern.
The hole going up.
You're gonna need to do better than that.
That's as far as it goes.
There you go.
There you go.
You have party up in there.
Check your prostate or
Panther
something.
lights up there.
Not a lot of pressure coming out of that.
It goes 120, not 60.
Range 120. Dancing lights.
Okay. Yeah, it says 120 on there. Yeah, so you take a little bit of phosphorus and you kind of form it into the 4 dancing globules around you, and you kind of send them up the shaft a little bit, and the shaft about 20 to 30 feet up past the entrance or so. It kind of curves around to the left, and you can't see much further than that.
All right, I'll cancel spell. Also, Kohi, I hope you're on the ground.
Yeah, I'm coming down. I don't really dig. I don't dig this that it, something
might
made
have-
that hole.
You might have just fallen down.
No, you would have fallen down as soon as I cast that.
Can I be down D&D? Dungeon
Oh, he
Master?
make a deck save.
Oh, fucking go in my shell. Just take it.
All right,
Look
who's underneath you?
But something definitely
the
lives
deck
up there,
save.
so we need to be on guard.
Yeah,
get
it
moving.
does.
Okay.
Alright, I'll
They'll
start-
probably
I wanna
be
go
Can I
down.
tell if it came out or went in at all? Is the residue kind of going up? Well, I can't really. Maybe I can. Maybe I don't know.
With a 26 survival,
26?
you definitely saw marks going in and out, but they were a little bit older, the ones that kind of came out and whatnot. And so you think that like probably the last tracks of whatever this creature was going up into the hole.
Hmm. Upon closer inspection, this thing left, maybe?
Okay. So it's on the prowl.
Yeah, so it could come back. That would be a problem.
Well, let's get out of here before we meet it.
You going first?
Yeah. I'll let me.
Left
let it
is
go.
this way, which is a gem deposit. Up here is going to be the perception roll before we go any further. With advantage or no advantage this time, Tehran?
Well, I'm not with you, but I think
Okay,
Alice is
so-
with you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You gonna help me out?
I want to help you. I want to do something.
All right. Help me spot stuff. Come on, dice rolls.
Cool.
I'm really good at it
Yeah.
with my
Oh,
0 roll.
'Cause Those are
26.
both really good.
Yeah, as you look into this the next cavern area, you see a set of tables and chairs set up in this area to kind of create a space for the miners to take a break. On the top of the table, you see the remnants of a giant rat and 2 javelins. And as you kind of look through it, you see what you think are the 2 tails of kobolds running away from whatever noises you guys were making as you guys came down.
Okay. And that would be presumably that.
Presumably, that is what you see.
Okay. Hey, I saw some kobolds up ahead.
Get 'em.
Are we intent on killing them? Is that the plan? They seem.
Well, we're here to get them out of here, aren't we?
That's
We don't have to
true.
kill them necessarily,
Serving
but
eviction notice.
They are sentient though, so.
exactly.
Oh, we
Let's
can-
see if they'll leave peacefully. If not, then we can resort to violence.
Yeah,
Well, who else
I'm an
speaks
evil
Draconic?
person, but I'm not gonna kill homeless people for squatting.
Yeah.
I could talk to them.
Yeah. What are we gonna say real quick? Cause they're sprinting off.
You don't have to go home. You can't stay here.
Leave this place.
This place is cursed.
I'll try it.
Yeah. Say something quick before they get out of earshot.
Wait, we just want to talk. I'll scream at
And-
Draconic.
Okay. Make me a persuasion check.
I can do those.
He can do
Yeah,
that.
you can.
Good roll.
The kobolds kind of pause and kind of put a little bit of pause in their step. They have stopped running for a second, but they look like they're about to continue.
We just want to talk. That's it.
Speak Draconic?
You must.
No, you
And you're speaking in Draconic?
Yes.
Sounds good.
I'm trying to think of a way I can assist him because I also speak Draconic, so
I've got this.
I know, but assist is assist, you know.
They respond, or the one closest to you, this one. He says, he responds in Draconic and says, "Trex led us here. He has wings like a dragon." And kind
That's
of looks at
awesome.
you. He says the miners want their mine back. Trex wants something better in return.
All right. What does Trex want?
What is Trax?
Trex wants something better for us,
Better
For-
Okay, so
for other-
a new home.
for kobolds. Yes.
Okay. Is there any way we can talk to this Trex?
Trex is down below.
You're looking for a home. Isn't most of that town kind of abandoned? What is
empty.
it?
That's
Yeah,
my
we
idea.
could probably.
Why do they need to live so much?
I mean, they already got a half orc for a mayor. I don't think they're gonna hate kobolds.
Trex says we safer in town. There's food in town, he says.
There is,
Then
but
why live here?
yeah, why live here instead of in town?
Trex says kobolds not welcome easily in town.
That is normally true, but perhaps we can talk to this Trex. As people that are representing the town at this moment, we can kind of work out something. We can take that back to the people of the town and act as your
Trex, right?
intermediary.
That lovely sign out front.
Trex smart. He speaks like human who knows a lot. He doesn't speak dragon anymore.
That's fine. I could talk to him. I speak multiple languages, as you can see.
Maybe we could just have him write a letter of like request. Hey, we have this. Yeah.
Letter
Kind of where I'm
reference.
going with this. Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
The
Because-
kobold that you've been talking to, he says, trucks down below. Follow if you want to speak trucks.
Might I make a suggestion and send somebody else ahead so that they know that we're coming, so he's not surprised?
He says, small, run. Tell trucks we come. And the other kobold kind of begins to head down the path.
Do you understand handshakes, sir?
Trex might.
I know, but I'm asking this kobold specifically.
He says, hand, and he kind of like waves at you.
Yep, I reach
Okay.
out my hand and go, my name is Savov.
He says, hello. And I'm moving. He says, hello, my name is Greg.
Nice to meet you, Greg. Thank you for your assistance with this.
He says, small, go tell trucks we come.
We will gladly follow you.
That sounds good. Keelan, can you move me along for a sec?
Sure.
And I turn back and I look at the group in common. I go, are we okay with this idea? That we follow them, talk to whoever's in charge, and see if we can end this peacefully?
If we hold that one by the collar while we do it.
Well, he's going to lead us, yes.
Stay very close behind him.
Yeah, I mean in hand. So
Duffos, as you look back, you notice something kind of dangling from the ceiling right above Nikola. And you see this kind of like almost stalactite looking thing all of a sudden become not so hidden and drop down and try and grab onto Nikola.
Don't like that.
It was on the ceiling.
So, in this surprise round, Nikola does a 15 hit.
answer to that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You take
Oh god, that's a lot of dice.
Oh boy.
Good God.
22 slashing damage
Holy shit.
as the tentacles will latch onto you and begin to pull you up into the ceiling.
As he
wasn't
does
me.
that, I cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
I'm glad it wasn't me.
Fucking- I'm glad it was.
Yeah.
Why is this not working now? I want to. There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
Good.
It saves.
Hmm.
So half? I don't know.
It. Let me throw it up there. No, I don't want to.
Display in VTT.
Yeah, I clicked that, but it wants to. Oh,
That's
That's
hex.
that is hex. No, it's weird. It's asking me to roll again.
Oh,
when I'm
just do it.
displaying
Yeah, just do it.
Okay.
Half unsuccessful
Yeah.
save.
The fuck?
So 12.
Yeah.
Is that a Grick or some shit? Or whatever the fuck they're called?
Pretty whomping damage, but it's a Greg.
It is a big fucking eye. It was
It
crazy.
is a larger brick than what you have seen in the past.
Eats
Greater
well
Grick.
on the kobolds. Crater Greg.
All right. And then as is this fire kind of consumes it, Nicola, it's going to bite into you as it has you grasped up in the air.
I was hoping it would let me go. Fuck. Bring it on.
Yep.
Oh,
That hits me.
Oh fuck.
We
Uh,
have a problem on our hands.
yeah.
Jesus.
19 piercing damage.
ow.
I'm
Bites
down.
into
He
you.
did over 40 damage in
You're
one
down.
hit. Yeah.
All right. And now I need everybody to roll initiative.
Character.
Actually,
We
hang
have
on.
We
Don't
have a
do
problem.
it yet. All right,
Nope.
now do it.
All right, big money. No whammy.
Yeah. This is where we bring
Nope.
out all
Alright.
the good stuff.
Oh boy.
Regression to the mean.
Oh boy.
God. All single digits.
Come on, Grick for 2. No, fucker.
Mm.
And Quixotic needs to roll,
God.
but he's not here.
Somebody can roll for him. Let's do a roll 20.
Hey, give
roll
me a
D20.
second. My campaigns. I'll pull up this character sheet real quick.
Don't get comfy.
Don't get comfy.
Don't get comfy.
Why?
He get his lead.
You don't want to fall asleep again on recording television?
This chair is so comfy.
He was just looking at me before, just blinking.
He's gonna dream of loops.
Loop me, daddy. Loop me.
Don't
All
kick
right.
Jerry.
And
I'm daddy.
Exotic, is going to roll initiative. Oh god, he has a +4.
Oh,
Yeah, he has 18 dexterity.
Oh, look at that. And he goes first.
cool. Oh, good.
Jesus.
All right.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Well, I am going. He's going to throw his broken dagger at this crick.
Thanks for that thing.
He is going to attack with his longbow.
Is Nicola considered adjacent? But he's down though.
Nope, he is downed. He is
He
not
is down.
threatening.
He's going to roll. What is it? It's a perception check.
No snick. But yeah, you can do his bonus. You can do his bonus action to do the whole perception
Yeah.
deception thing.
He does insight, something else does deception.
Okay, that's right. Insight against its deception.
His insight cannot be lower than an 8 when on the
Roll
die.
in a 14. Yeah. No. Roll in a 6. Yeah, it's 20.
That's when he gets the crit.
All right. So, right.
Roll.
I'm rolling hot right now. So he's gonna get sneak attack. I have to figure out how the fuck to do that on here.
Nope. Rob's back.
Yay.
Rob.
DM, you want to fill him in? What happened?
Yeah. So as you guys were talking with these kobolds, and starting to, Nicola was giving you guys a rundown as to what they were saying. All of a sudden, from behind, Nicola got picked up by the tentacles of this large brick, and kind of slashed, and then he hellishly rebuked just before the crick bit into him, and knocking him unconscious.
So he is not currently conscious.
Nicola is not currently conscious.
Okay, well then bonus action insight check against
You
his
did one.
deception.
You did.
And did I make it?
You critted,
Yep.
yes.
28.
Of course I did. Then fuck that guy. Longbow's away.
Okay.
And dice. That'll do it. 23 hits.
23. Let's see if that hits. 23 hits.
Just barely.
Then fuck that guy. Sideways. Preferably.
Okay.
Here it is.
Thunk.
All right. It takes 16 damage. Does that end your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not move.
Sounds good. With that, it's going to be its turn. It's going to move.
I don't think he can fit through that passage.
Does
As you say that,
it enter my reach?
And it's staying over here. It's kind of up along the ceiling and whatnot. Technically, as it reaches down for Monty, it would enter into your reach.
I would attack at that time.
Okay.
Recklessly with my halberd.
Actually, nope. Hang on. It has a reach of 10 feet as well. So
No.
So don't have to
Uh,
enter.
actually,
take a
as
swing
it
at the
reaches down to
tentacles?
grab into Monty, it would enter into your reach. So yes.
DM is kind.
Because its tentacles are reaching into Monty's space to grab Monty.
Okay.
I could slash at a tentacle.
Yeah, I'll let you.
Tentacle things. All the
I'll let
tentacles.
you attack with a reaction at disadvantage,
Okay.
just because you are attacking a small tentacle.
DM is kind.
A 10 does not hit.
Ooh.
Womp womp.
Okay. But Monty does.
Yes.
Roll now. Roll now.
No. There we go.
It rolled something.
It did a thing. I saw the thing.
I heard a thing.
It's an
Is it-
18.
18.
It's an 18. Does an 18 hit?
That's gonna be a no.
Shield.
Okay.
Jesus fucking
Or no.
Didn't get it.
There it is.
There we go.
Okay. Sounds good. It's going to. Why is this? Come on. Hang on one sec. All right. So it doesn't. That doesn't hit. But it's going to then turn around and hit you. Try and hit you with its tail. My D&D Beyond is freezing. Give me a second to grab some dice and roll off camera. All right. As it tries to hit you with its tail, does
Come at me.
a 19 hit.
No.
No. All right. And so it's then going to try and seeing the number of people that were in here, it's going to kind of go back this way a little bit. And that's where it's going to end its turn.
Aha.
All right, with that, it's going to be Nicola's turn.
Is Nicholas still restrained?
Nicola is down.
Oh, I'm down.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So let's.
So
do
he's
that.
oh, there it is.
Hey,
That's a pass, yeah.
that's a pass.
Good.
All right. That Davos, you are up.
I think it might be.
Well, I can see it. So let's kill it.
You can try an intelligence saving throw. All right. Ooh, that was almost an 18.
So it takes 5 psychic damage and a
Okay.
1d4 from their next saving throw before the end of my next turn.
Oh,
the next
so
turn,
they
okay.
subtract a D4?
Yep.
Okay.
And then, because I can, I'm going to throw out my other hand because this one uses Mind Spike and whip at it with nothing in my hand and cast Tasha's Mind Whip.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Which is so cool.
It is.
Best spell in the game.
It does not say.
So it took 10, as well as, and this is just for some reason not showing up. There it goes. It can
Okay.
only move, attack, or react once.
So it's only one of those things. Ooh.
Sounds good.
Nice. Nice.
And that will end my turn.
All right, sounds good. Alice, you are up.
Eee. I'm gonna start scooting. Can I like protect his body here a little bit and attack from here?
It's up on the ceiling, so I'm gonna say you have to be
I wanna
like
come a little
in an
closer.
adjacent square.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna use a little rage.
Okay.
I feel enraged. Can I do that? Because I did because rage is a bonus action, but I did
Reaction. Yeah, those are two different
Yeah,
things.
reactions are different things than bonus.
so then I'm going to recklessly attack him with my halberd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit him
Oh yeah.
real hard.
Fuck yeah!
Whack, whack, whack.
All right.
That should all
18.
be
19. Sounds
yeah.
great.
Should all be good.
So 19 total.
Yep.
Okay.
Checks
That
out.
being radiant damage. No, 7 it being radiant damage.
And your halberd is magical or not magical?
Not magical.
Oh.
That was a +1 halberd.
Not since the
Oh, the special light thing.
yeah.
So as you slash into this large monstrosity of a creature, your halberd hits it, and it like the magical radiant energy from it kind of from you kind of shoots through the weapon and does some damage to it, but not nearly to the effect of what you were thinking that is going to.
What a bitch. I'm gonna hit him again.
No, the radiant damage does less, or the slashing does less.
The slashing does less. The
Okay.
radiant. It looks like it's only the radiant damage that hit him.
Did we have that same problem with my piercing damage?
You had a
You're-
magical bow, I thought.
I do not have a magical bow, which is why I did no damage to those
That'd
snow
be okay.
monsters.
Then yes, you also would have issues with your bow not doing the damage that you thought it was going to.
Okay.
Shit. Seems like
Good to
physical
know.
damage doesn't bug him as much as other types. Well, can I still hit him again? Because that's
Oh,
just
shit.
Yeah, you can hit
what
him.
I would do.
Good.
Yeah, the hits.
I
But
I don't do Divine Fury this time. I took it away.
okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm still
So
raging.
you hit him and you connect. But your halberd kind of glances off the sort of outer shell of this gigantic brick.
Right. I'm gonna grumble with my frustration and end my turn. I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay. Sounds good. With that, Monty, you are up.
Okay, I am going to. We're gonna start off with.
Yes, and I wiped her off.
Oh, it's raining.
Yes, it is. Indeed.
Well, let's hit him with Fairy Fire. See if we can get disadvantage on that guy, or advantage on all of our attacks against him. So let's hit him with Fairy Fire.
All right.
Dex saving throw.
Sounds good.
DC 14.
That's a -4 on his next saving throw, right?
Yeah, that was from
The Mind Sliver.
the Mind Sliver.
No, Mind Sliver went off when I did mine.
Oh, you're next. Yeah. Okay. Because
Okay.
your
So
very
it's
next
just a
attack
flat
forced it
13.
to save. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So 13 fails.
13 fails. All right. So this large Grick begins to, you see this kind of eerie green. Right, or what color do you outline him in?
I'll outline him in yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
Yellow.
You see this kind of yellowish outline kind of go cover around the Grick. And anybody who attacks it has advantage.
And bonus action Bardic Inspiration on Tehran.
Okay. Tehran, you are inspired.
Inspired, am I?
Assuming your weapon is magical, so.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So would I have to squeeze past people? Or am I good to like go
Be
through
right
the
back.
I
tunnel?
think friendlies. It's
Yeah,
okay.
you're
You
able
don't
to pass
squeeze.
through their area.
So I go from next to him, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6 underneath it. Can I get like underneath him, like right
Sure.
here?
Yeah.
Can I reach him from that point?
Yeah, you can reach them.
Okay. So I will go underneath him and I will hack away at him. My greatsword. I don't think
I say that in the car every time I see a dog.
You say what now?
Josh has his dog. Down.
Aw,
Does it feel like a wait?
dog's getting big.
If I use inspiration, I have to decide before you tell me if it hits or not, right?
Believe so.
Is it a
Yes.
D8?
It's a D6
You have
still?
to. You can decide after your roll.
Yeah,
lucky.
I'm trying to decide. Is it a D6 or a D8 right now?
I think it's a D6.
I'll go with
I
a
don't think
D6.
I
Roll.
don't think it counts.
D8. I think
Cool.
D8's at
The
level
14
6.
hit.
One.
X14 does not hit.
Wait.
Awesome.
You feeling lucky or something?
The fucking roll needed some more loops on that one.
Ability check. An attack roll is not an ability check. Okay.
No, it would be a D8, but I guess it doesn't matter now because you rolled a 1.
I mean, I get to re-roll, right? I mean, there's 2 other points on that die if it's a D8.
Check your spells before you roll your dice.
Oh, Josh.
He wasn't here. Let's just see what it would have been.
No, don't do it. He's not gonna let you have it.
Don't. Yeah, it's gonna make you
You're
sad.
just gonna torture yourself. It's gonna be a fucking 8. There it is.
Now you feel bad?
Don't feel any worse. All right, let's roll for
Liar.
attack.
All right.
21 would have definitely hit. There you go. Here's your second attack then.
I do 17 magical slashing damage to it.
Sounds good. As you slash into this Grick, you're slashing overhand, and like the guts of it kind of start to spill out on top of you. But you're fighting for your lives at this point.
Am I alive?
I mean, right now, yeah.
Oh, did he drop Nicola?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
he
down.
dropped
Nicola
Nicola.
out cold.
He's not holding anybody?
No.
Sorry, I
No.
left the test
It is a
dog out.
D6. He doesn't have 5 levels in Bard.
Oh, okay.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
he's only like level
That's
3 or
right,
2.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So I
Sorry.
did the right thing.
Yep, I was wrong.
All right, I'll just attack him. He's within my reach, and I'll just wait here.
Sounds good. With that, Kohi, you are up.
So everyone's shooting down this hallway here at it, I imagine.
Yes.
With my last bit of movement, I just want to move one more over to make room for people.
Sounds good.
5, 10, 15. Oh, there it is. We're gonna bonus action healing word. You automatically get all 7 HPs. There, Shmikola.
Nicola's back up.
So ignore the 4. You get 7 because you're at 0.
Oh yeah.
Not sure the 3 will make a difference, but okay, we'll take them. And then I can't use another leveled spell, but we will try to do this. I don't imagine this thing's very dexterous, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
DC 14 dex.
Oh.
So 12 radiant damages.
2D8
2d8 on a cantrip, pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's why I love Mind Sliver so much.
Okay.
I'm gonna move ahead of Nicola to protect him. So 15, 20. Shit, I can't move ahead of him.
Why
I
not?
could be because it's 25. I only have 30 feet of movement. I can't. Can I be like on top of him? But I want to be in front of him. So, is that where he dropped?
That is where he dropped.
Could you be doing like the military dog lay on your owner? Just a 400-pound turtle.
I'm not laying prone on you. No, I will not give him advantage on all attacks on me to protect you.
You go into your
and
shell on top of him, and he uses you like body armor.
You can stand over him. So.
I already used my bonus action, so
Okay.
but I want to have him be able to move back and retreat.
That's fine. Yeah, you can stand over him, and as he stands up, you can move out of your square. So, should he choose. All right. With that, it is Kozadek's turn.
All right, I'm gonna roll my attack with advantage because he's fairy fired still, right?
He is.
All right. Dice rolls. 16, 23 hits, I'm sure.
23 does hit.
He can take half of 12, so 6.
Okay.
Because I do
really
not
light.
have a magical anything.
God, that seemed light
Yeah.
for you.
Well, yeah, because well,
Well,
okay,
no,
yeah.
even the 12 is light. I'm saying.
Yeah, that's probably the lowest I've rolled since I got my new dice of sneak.
All right. It's looking hurt. It's looking bloodied. And on its turn, it can either choose to move or it can choose to attack. And feeling cornered in here, with not much room to kind of get out of here, so it doesn't think it can get out of here. It's going to try and make its last stand here, and it's going to try and grab you, Tehran, just below it with its first attack.
Look at that face. Really?
You heard it.
By the way, you're paralyzed. Yeah.
It's dragging you away now. in a fucking gunny sack.
Who's diseased, Monty? Are you still diseased?
It grows a shoulder just to throw you in a
Oh,
sack
yeah.
over it as it carries you off.
Monty is still diseased, yes.
He got rat poisoned?
You got
Yeah,
rat
we
poison.
gotta-
I got rat something. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta adjust my spell slots here.
You have to sort that out for me at some point.
It's thinking.
I have lesser restoration, so it's fine.
You're not gonna wait for me to keel over before you.
Nah, we'll deal with that. I'll be a kind turtle this time.
All right. Oh, it's
I
gonna
gave
roll.
you guys fucking 10 hit points. That's
did?
way more than what I give you normally.
There's a fan.
All right.
Oh, those 10 hit points have kept up Nicola before?
no.
Nicola got smoked.
No.
For
It-
sure.
it-
It was like
Yeah.
19 and 28 or something like
22.
that.
Yeah, it was like
All right.
40 some. It was.
So I'm rolling dice, just because this is not. It's going slow. Tehran, does a 20 hit?
Yeah. Yeah, it hits.
All right. All right. So then it's going to be. Oh. Two. That's going to be 21 slashing damage,
Ooh.
and then is going to try and bite you as it grabs onto you. Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
Nom nom nom.
Holy! He critted on his bite on both dice, and you take 20 piercing damage as he bites into you.
You down, big boy, or not?
Oh, yeah. -3.
This feels so good to be rolling dice again, guys. This is great. And it's going to turn around and slash at you, Alice, with its tail.
Reminder, I can only do one healing spell per turn.
Does a 23 hit?
Yep.
Fucking hell. Jesus.
Yeah,
This thing is
damn.
pissed off.
I like dice.
I should have
You're so full
Sane
of
him.
shit. You're rolling twos over there, bitch.
Yeah, we need a fucking camera over your
Right.
fucking dice bin.
Your shit-eating grin. You're fibbing.
32
No way,
rolling
man.
bitch.
This feels so great. I was
Just
rolling
like,
like
bitch,
shit
come
before.
at me.
I
You're
can
right.
lie and they can't tell.
You
I'm
take
gonna have to start
13.
rolling my dice.
You take 13 bludgeoning damage.
I take
Uh,
half of that. I'm raging.
You take half.
So 6.
And how does that? I think you can only bite once.
Well, it slashed one and then bit Tehran and then bit again? Or
Oh,
Yeah,
he lashed with a
okay.
tail.
Bit in the
So
tail.
I asked, like, his multi-attack is the Grick makes 2 attacks, one with his tail and one with his tentacles. If it hits with its tentacles, the Grick can make one. Oh, if it hits with his tentacles, yeah. Then he can attack with his beak against the same target. So
Oh, yeah, that's why it chomped
so it's
her
like a
off.
bonus attack with its beak. So that ends the Grick's turn. Likely the last turn, but
Maybe.
We'll see.
Remains to be seen.
with that, it is Nicola's turn.
I am scared as shit of this thing right now.
As you should be.
Nuke it.
So I saw this thing attack 10 feet away. If I run away, do I think I would have to burn disengage to get away without an attack of opportunity? Or is he engaged in what he is doing that I can
He
kind of...
cannot attack you
You're-
now.
Are you half covered behind me? Are you covered behind me? Is that the idea?
Guys, he can't attack.
It's only one round though, isn't
He
it?
can't do a reaction. He does attack, move, or reaction. Is that the one thing? Or
That was
Yep.
attack, move, or bonus action.
But
No.
it's only
yeah.
for one round though, right? So he had.
Yeah, but
his
I haven't
round.
gone yet.
Oh, it's off of your turn.
Yes.
Oh.
it doesn't?
Oh.
It does. Is it only on its turn, or
Well,
can
It
it get?
has
there.
a choice.
Until the end of its next turn.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
it's able to
now
start
it
doing
can
stuff, yeah.
react. Yeah.
My apologies. I thought it was my turn.
Oh, it's, we just
Yeah.
wanted to cross-examine your claim. That's all.
And it can still have a reaction.
Yes.
But the distance that you are from it, I think that you are further than 10 feet from it.
Because it's
Okay.
still on the ceiling.
Oh, right. It's on the ceiling. Duh. Okay. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
GTFO.
Highly recommend it. Mm.
I'm gonna kind of hide behind Quixotic over there.
Yep,
And
that's fine.
I am going to try and pew some Eldritch Blasts at it.
Do it.
Dump some damage in it.
Okay, that's one.
A 20 hits. It takes 6 force damage.
Oh, there we go.
16 force damage.
It takes the 16 force damage, and as these two Eldritch Blasts kind of hit into it, its grip on the ceiling loosens. It falls to the ground in a shuddering thud, and like the whole kind of cavern around you kind of shakes and shudders, and you have defeated the Grick, but you don't know what else has felt the fall of this creature.
Do Gricks
Also,
eat slime?
Tehran.
Wait,
What?
what?
Also, Tehran is underneath it.
Tehran is
Flat.
luckily not underneath, directly underneath it.
It just coils around him.
Thanks for
Just like frog.
Do Gricks leave slime?
They leave a little bit of slime.
This is way bigger than the 6 to 8 feet, though, wasn't it? Or no?
Is it? It's only 10, so if it's tubular, presumably this might have been it.
Squeezy thing.
Anyways,
Hey, does anybody want to get me up?
Yeah, I will, fucker. So I'm
Spell
gonna
slots, man.
everyone kind of stand over here because I'm gonna do something cool for you guys.
Oh, it's prayer circle.
Alright.
Oh.
Yeah, how long does that take to cast?
What?
How long does that take to cast?
Take what to cast?
Doesn't
Is that
matter.
the-
You do it?
Instantaneous. Is that good for you?
Is that fast enough?
Well, if it wasn't, I would have to make death saves.
Can I drag your body over here?
Yeah, drag him into the other area because we can't fit in this fucking hole, hallway.
Tehran, you would make
Why-
one. You would make one death saving throw.
Well, I mean,
I'll spare the dying, okay? No more death saving throws. Jesus. Don't want to have to go through that fucking rigmarole.
Everybody
I can
in?
make one though.
Fine.
Do it.
No, I
You were
said,
not
how do I make
inspired by
one?
your death
Trying
save
to-
either.
Done this before.
How are you asking how to make
Dude.
it? You have to set your health to 0, and then it
Is it?
gives you the option, right?
Yeah, and I'm like
Do
looking
you
at the
click
screen.
on the skull?
Do I just have to roll? There's no like roll from death.
Hang
There's like a
on.
pip or something that I remember.
Funny?
Yeah, you can like click shit and just like, but it doesn't give me a roll.
You click
Did you
the
set it
skull
to, did you
and
set
then
it to
there's-
0?
Yeah,
Click
And
the
then-
skull,
Looking at
and
the
then
thing,
there's a
it says-
dice right in the middle between the failures and successes.
Is that what I needed? There's nothing here.
There. I succeeded my death save.
I don't see
Hooray.
it.
So you click on death saves, and then there's failures and successes. There's a B with a fucking dice symbol. In
There isn't.
No, there isn't one.
Well, you're a
Well,
bitch.
then-
I don't know.
True.
It sucks to be you.
You got him.
Go do some
I'm
fucking
good.
loops then, you fuck.
All I see is this dude running in a circle. I don't see no. I don't
Roll
see
your
no dice.
d20 and stop clicking on fucking nothing. He's just like clicking in that empty space, like it's supposed to be here.
Maybe it's he
Nope.
failed too. That's
Oh.
appropriate.
Spare the dying, and now you're fine.
All right.
I
Wow, that
have
was a
advantage. I
1.
rolled a 6 and a 1.
There, we'll put this in there just for record keeping. Okay.
You have-
Okay.
Did you say you have advantage on death saves?
Dude, yeah.
Because you've already been dead and you're just used to it.
All right.
Really?
So
Hold on.
can I
hold
help
on.
Tehran saunter over to wherever you're doing your
Just
funsies?
drag that hoe.
right.
Fucking...
Grab him by one ankle and just drag him, making sure not to avoid the lumps in the path.
Fucking
I
cave
love
lady
all the
style.
respect I'm getting.
Fucking cave lady
You
style.
punched me in the face last week.
Oh, crybaby.
It was
He's like,
your
oh,
own
sorry, I
skill
forgot
set.
about that.
All right, everyone
Figure out,
gets this many, up to 6 people that need healing.
I'm
You
dead.
can, you
Forget
can
all of
skip
it.
me.
I'm good.
I'll
Everyone
take 4,
gets-
please.
Everyone gets 4. That
Except
wants
for me,
it.
I get 7.
D4 plus my spellcasting modifier is 3, so you get 7. Yeah.
Ta-da.
Okay.
Sick.
I'll turn back over to Grick. No. Grok,
Correct.
right?
Greg.
Correct. That was close.
This is confusing.
Turn back to him and say, I'm sorry about that. Whenever you're ready.
You fucking just stood there like a fucking mook.
Where were we? Did he stay there? I mean,
Of
was
course
he like
he did.
get popcorn?
No, he definitely ran off into a cavern, kind of out of the way. He
I'm
wasn't
gonna
about to
grab
get
his ass
eaten,
by the
but-
collar of his shirt and ask him if he knew that was there. Did you know that was there?
He has no idea what you're saying.
Ah,
He doesn't-
He can't speak common.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but somebody can speak Draconic, I'm pretty sure.
Can
I will-
convey
I'll
my
say it.
anger through just my facial
So you're just
expressions and
screaming at
body
him.
language?
I'll kind of turn to him and say, he says, did you know that was there? I say in Draconic.
He says, Grek, no, not of Grick. Grick, we stay, what do you say? Trex says we stay away from, other tunnel.
Okay.
I'll look at fucking Quixotic. Be like, that's a lot of words for a yes or no question.
He says he'd know, basically. They told him to avoid the area.
Okay,
So he didn't know it was coming, basically.
did he?
He
did not
said
go
that
there.
they were told to avoid it, and I mean,
There's a check you can roll to
Yeah.
see if he's lying.
yeah,
We also
right.
had to deal with you, Monty, with your diseaseness.
Yeah.
So I will.
We can step up.
explain
We can
that,
step over to a corner. and
They
deal
were
with that.
told to avoid that area, so they were probably aware of it. He just probably didn't know it was actively hunting us.
So no insight check.
I don't know. You can make an insight check, right?
I can't speak his language. I'm not talking to him.
Oh, are you okay?
He
You're
screamed
asking
in his
me-
face.
Are you
That's
asking
what he
me?
did.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I will.
He made an
okay.
intimidation check, is what he did.
I grabbed my collar and screamed
my-
at him in German. He doesn't speak German.
Goobity
You're talking to
gobbity.
him.
Here's my insight check.
Thank you.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah,
you
I
lie
mean,
to me.
as you're talking to him and whatnot, you know, this kobold is scared shitless as to like what just came out, and it looks like he has not seen anything like this ever before. You believe that he had no
Okay.
idea that that's what was over there?
He does not appear to be lying.
I will roughly release him.
He kind of
I apologize on his behalf. He's quite a mean one.
He's very
Politely dust
surly.
him off a little bit.
He's surly.
You're fine.
He's a little
Adjust his
burly.
little collar. He's a cute little collar.
Once you
He's
get past his thick exterior, though, he's really a teddy bear.
he's like
not.
that-
That's his thickest
No, I don't
series.
even say that. I'm just like,
Too.
Wrapped in
He's,
barbed wire.
yeah, he's not a nice person. I apologize.
Bastard covered bastard with bastard
Oh,
filling.
man. Once you get past his tough exterior, it's just really hard and covered in barbed wire. All right.
I was like, shit.
arsenic
says-
We're done piling on you,
It
guys.
says Greg, okay.
None of it's wrong.
You guys want to
Because
clear
it's
that now,
lying.
and then we head down?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Greg,
a medi-
understand.
All right, I'm gonna do a medicine check on our Monty friend.
Oh, I'm gonna assist you with my historical
I don't probably
whatever
need it.
thing.
Okay.
But you can just add 3 to it too. If you
Yeah. So with the 23 medicine check, I mean, like, you know a lot about diseases, and that.
I don't. Not this disease. I'm
Monty
all
does not
delirious.
know a lot about diseases.
I'm oozing.
He's got rat herpes.
His eyes are
Internal
fucking
bleeding.
orange.
That's fine. It's
And-
supposed to be on the
Choose
inside.
queen.
Okay,
Uh,
DM.
Monty, you know that rats carry a lot of diseases, and kind of one of the more common ones is that if bitten by a diseased rat, most people are unable to regain health points
bummer.
unless by magical means.
Oh, okay.
And until cured, the disease continues to affect the afflicted creature every 24 hours.
All right. Do you think I could fix this without magical spell?
Without a magical spell, yeah. With what you have on you, with your medicine kit, probably not.
Healer's kits or something? No.
The healer's kit, probably not.
Hmm.
you think this will probably require either some sort of more in-depth magical potion or some sort of spell.
How
Do
about
you have
you?
an ability to turn a healer's kit into a heal for me?
The only leniency Keelan gave me was to give you 1 extra hit point from using up an entire healer's kit.
Oh shit. Okay.
Otherwise, it's just to stabilize somebody.
Okay.
You know, it's
So I-
There's like a
worthless.
feat where you can like do essentially a cure wounds with it.
I'll have to dig into that. Maybe that would be helpful.
I would say, Alex, don't burn the spell slot yet. I mean, this is going to prevent me from basically using hit dice. Or a
Yeah, I'll heal
potion.
you anyways. Once you does the disease
Yeah.
go away when you go to 0? Maybe or no? I don't think so. But
I'd be worried
We'll see.
about
It does.
letting him go to 0 with this disease on him.
all right. So I can
We'll let it
I
ride.
can tell you what the disease
Oh,
is,
God damn
how it affects you, and
Alright.
you make the decision to wait.
Yep.
Okay.
When that thing fucking chopped me, I have a thing there where I can encase myself in ice and not get fucking killed.
Well, that was dumb.
Oh,
I just forgot I had that.
You also had advantage on your checks, which I forgot about because it was fairy fired.
And you can gain
On your
50
attacks.
temporary hit points.
Yeah. I essentially get encased with ice, and it has to chew through 50 temporary hit points before it can hit me.
Damn.
That sucks.
wow.
Okay.
And what are you technically at 1 or 0?
I take no damage until it goes through the 50 temporary hit points.
But you just can't do anything until your next turn, right?
I'm immobilized.
Yeah.
That's
You're
your
just-
thing anyways.
He's just a big popsicle.
Ah.
Tyransicle.
But I picked it for that fucking reason and just forgot I
Yeah.
had it.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, that's where we're gonna end it tonight, though, because it
Okay.
is almost midnight, and
Yeah.
we flew through this night, and that was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were back to dungeon exploring, and it's a good time.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You know-
Mo-
Yeah, thanks,
Well,
Keelan.
Thank you.
Yeah. We need more minor jokes, though.
I
I don't know about that.
think we hit our quota.
I don't want to get
Alright.
banned from YouTube.
Bad.
That's
We're off
true.
the nice boy clock. It's fine. They only look at the first 10 minutes. They move on.
So,
Where some of our best stuff is.
Right.
You laughing like a fucking moron. Just Colin's having a moment of do I close it or not?
all right, guys. Well, have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next week.
sounds good.
All right.
Murder some more people on Monday.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun this week.
Bye.